Hello, good evening. It's me. Finally, I'm back. I've been sleep. I ate dinner, then I went to sleep. Uh, so it is Friday, almost 10 o'clock. And I know for a fact that there's some of y'all out there to where yo lover or boyfriend or significant other has lost their fucking mind. Okay. They done lost their motherfucking mind. Dipping out, ghosting you, being weird. Yeah, then lost their mind. So I got the cards ready. Readings when your lover has lost their fucking mind. Why are they doing it? Why? What is their fucking problem? Uh. So anybody out there have a love question or either just a general question? If you guys want questions answered. Hello, Jamala. Yeah, I do. What's your zodiac sign? I swear, some of them, boy, you just want to smack them across their face. I'm telling you, y'all have love questions because I already know there's a lot of people that do. I can feel it, like that weirdness. You ever have a significant other or lover that just completely like is has went temporarily insane? Like what the hell? Come on now, y'all got questions. If y'all want private readings, my links are below. Cause hold on. Yeah. It's almost like a demonic spirit is just taking them, just taking over them. Just totally demonic. And some of y'all texting them, y'all either texting them or trying to call them. Every time you text or call, the demon is feeding narcissistically off of your text messages and your calls. The demon that has possessed your boyfriend or girlfriend and she just done lost her damn mind. And I think that when lovers do shit, they know that they not supposed to be doing that shit. Like they be like, I know I'm doing something I ain't fucking supposed to be doing. I have lost my fucking mind. Especially them ones that come in and out and go back and forth. And then when they come back, they be like, oh, okay, yeah, now I see why I shouldn't have did that. Now I can see why I shouldn't have done that. It's almost like they have to be reminded of something. It's so weird. And it's usually because of narcissism, because, a person shouldn't do that. Are you going to answer your question, Jamala? I guess not. I guess I have to wait for whoever's going to come in here, ask their question. Any questions? I like to stay busy. Okay. I like to stay busy. I got to be doing something with my damn hands. Yeah, people are crazy, y'all. They do crazy things, just being crazy. Okay, since ain't nobody asking questions, I will ask the cards. What messages do you have for those who have been abandoned or either feel abandoned? What messages do you have? There is no reason to abandon somebody that loves you. I think that there's probably a lot of people that are cursing people. Oh, a lot of y'all witches. I feel sorry. You know what? I don't feel sorry for some of these men. Y'all are over there cursing the hell out of them. I would do love work today and then maybe curse them tomorrow. Do some, I got some roses too, y'all. And I got plantains for Yimmy, y'all. All right, spirits, what messages do you have for me for those that have been abandoned? Somebody ghosted them. Okay. The Knight of Chalices is in the reverse position. So there's the I don't give a shit, I don't have a care, I don't have a concern. The reason why the Knight of Chalices is reversed is because many of you guys are dealing with a person that is taking you for granted. Then we got the 10 of Swords is in the reverse position, so they could possibly be cheating. 10 of Pentacles upright. The Knight of Wands reversed. 6 of Swords. So a lot of y'all, I do see cheating, but something tells me that it's not all smiles and funs and games for them. Something backfired. Clarify 10 of Swords. The Knave of Pentacles reversed. That it's messed up. Whatever intimacy that they supposedly are having with someone else, it ain't. It's like the Sahara Desert, y'all. It just especially if they cheating. Like I can tell you that the sex is very boring. Almost like somebody got sick. Wow. Y'all, okay, so there's a lot of you guys to where like your lover is cheating or either betraying you somehow. They are not having a good time at all. Miserable. Feels that they feel fucked up inside. They all achy all over. They do not feel good. You can even see that if they're cheating with somebody because they're having sex with them, it's no good. It's no good. It's trash. It's pretty much what it is. Okay. I see all kind of dizziness and stuff. They may have even visited the damn hospital. Something going on with that. This is all under the 10 of Swords. It's whatever it is that they're doing that your lover knows that they're not supposed to be doing, it's hitting them like a ton of bricks. Then you got the 10 of Pentacles in the upright position. The Knight of Wands is reversed. And then the 6 of Swords is upright. Some of y'all are going to go back to like more of a stable relationship that y'all had. So this may have been somebody that some of you possibly was just kind of I don't know. I want to say maybe wasting time with, but, and I feel like a lot of y'all are going to move on, but some of y'all, I can see a reunion coming up. And I do see that person coming back like it's temporary, but they're going to be drained, completely drained. The Knight of Wands is talking about being drained. Yeah, that's crazy. And I said they lost their mind. The Ten of Swords is reversed, so that's confirmation, because I just feel like they're in some kind of fucking psychosis. You know, they think that they're bipolar or something, and so they're going by what doctors say and probably taking medication or some crazy shit like that, and it's making it worse. Let's ask, why have they lost their damn mind? If you anything, I think I'm gonna watch Baby Boy when I get done here. If you anything like Yvette on Baby Boy, you probably look at them and say, you have lost your fucking mind. You really have. Like, really? You've lost it. And some of y'all said, would you bring your ass home? Have you lost your damn mind? They'll come they'll drag their asses back in. Trust me, they're gonna be drained though. Why have they lost their mind? For some of y'all, it just makes no sense for this person to be somewhere else or with anybody else. It's stupid. The Death card comes up in the upright position. The Three of Wands upright. The Justice card in the reverse position. Again, they done lost their fucking mind. The Moon card in the reverse position. The Tower in the reverse position. Yeah, your lover is going through a lot of major fucking changes. Justice tells me that they have, like, I feel like it's like in tranquil spirits. And then with that Moon card being in the reverse position, they kind of they kind of out of touch. They done checked out. They have checked out. Nothing is real in this person's world right now. I wonder if they on drugs. Some of y'all, the person's on drugs and they on a bad trip. If you have somebody that's on drugs that goes on like these trippy trips, then you know they could be possibly incapacitated for a couple of days. But most of those people, when it was that you probably already broke it off with that person. I couldn't imagine being with somebody with a drug problem, like heroin or some shit like that. Oh my God. People that own that stuff, they just kind of shoot up or snort it, and then yeah, it's definitely got something to do with drugs. Them drugs messing them up. Y'all know we just lost DMX. So these drugs is messing folks up. And some of the drugs have extra poisons in them too. Spirits, give me some clarity on what did I get? The wheel comes up. Definitely some really, really bad juju is on them. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I guess it would have to depend on, like, I don't know. I don't live with nobody, but if I, like, some of y'all living with folks and they done ran off of some shit, y'all gonna have to help these people out some more. What's up with the Wheel of Fortune reversed? Up, Two of Wands reversed. So this is definitely cheating, but again, this is incompatibility. They feel they're with somebody else, but they feel totally out of place. They don't feel comfortable, and they feel like that it's not a good thing if they're cheating or either out exploring or doing it whatever the hell people do. And whatever it is, it ain't no good connection. It's definitely not the connection that y'all have with that person. It's not. And I'm trying to figure out why they did it. It's got something to do with mainly this moon card and this tower card. They need to really, their lifestyle has a lot to do with their mother or either one of their exes, and they need to get their mind right. And you know what I'm gonna ask spirit to do for all of y'all that got lovers out there that are doing that to you and sending you through all this pain and suffering? I'm gonna ask for them to not let you suffer no more. That's some bullshit. We need to have some angels go out and smack the shit out of these people. That's what we need to do. Throw some cold water in their face, some icy cold water, kind of wake them up. Because this is definitely a nightmare right here. The moon in the reverse position. Clarify the moon. Ten of Wands and the Three of Swords and Knave of Pentacles reversed. King of Wands reversed. King of Swords upright. Five of Wands. Wow. Well, that's all I needed for that one. First of all, Ten of Wands is talking about their parents and the energies that they are dealing with, because it's like a burden. Something going on with chaos behind their parents' relationship too. Something about remember I told y'all the other day that a lot of these men out here, they will hurt you just because of the things that they've seen happen to their mother and how the mother handled it. Like for me, if a man run off for me, and if I still want you, bitch, I'm putting all kind of spells, charms. You gonna bring your ass right back, and whoever it is you with, you ain't gonna have a good time because I'm gonna be spooking the shit out of you. But see, a lot of y'all don't do that. So if their mother got hurt, and instead of her, using her divine womanhood, I think it's better. I think witchcraft is better than just being the type of woman that just, she gonna go around and break all the glasses in the house, be depressed, sad, say she gonna kill herself. I'd rather be the witch that's doing the work. I'll do a voodoo doll on your ass if I feel that much. That now the Knave of Pentacles comes up reversed. So this has led to intimacy issues. A lot of this stuff that is happening in y'all relationships have a lot to do with that person's mother and father. If their mother was severely traumatized, if there was trauma in the home from your father leaving or another man, your significant other is kind of like putting you through the same fucking shit that his mama went through. It seemed like all of my exes told me exactly what their mothers went through and then did them shits to me. The King of Wands reversed, and then the King of Swords. So King of Swords upright, and then Five of Wands is where they are taking it out on you. Look at that. It's the deck that I'm using. Look what he's doing to her. It almost looks like he has his thing around her neck, don't it? It looked like he's putting something around her neck, but it's actually her with her hand on his knee. Yeah. So a lot of y'all probably like, you are evil. No, he just crazy. He's mentally ill because his mama didn't know how to keep a man, is what Spirit told me. So a woman that like might go to church on Sunday, she don't do no kind of witchcraft, more than likely if a man left her, she wouldn't know what the hell to do to get him back. Because a lot of y'all on Friday night, y'all over there doing a love ritual. You better bring your ass back. That's what y'all over there doing. Y'all doing y'all love work and stuff. I can feel it. How come, am I tripping or is nobody chatting? Now, my chat has froze up on me before. Let me make sure that ain't nobody in the chat. Because I would, that's what I would say to them the whole time that they acting weird and crazy and stupid and crazy towards you. I just tell them to say, you have lost your mind. They be talking crazy and ignorant. You have lost it. I think there's some sort of mental incapacitation that's going on here. Just saying. Something is wrong. Mayday, mayday. I don't care what they say, what excuse they use, what they mad about, what they think they supposed to be mad about. They have lost their damn mind. Especially if you abandoning people. Hold on. Let me see if y'all in the chat or if that was the only person. Yeah. Hold on a second. Let me pull up my live on the computer real quick. Now, those of you lovers out there that have ran off and you ain't called the person, you need to pick up the fucking phone and call people. Okay. And I'm not trying to say that to nobody here. Okay. I'm not giving out like a message to people here because people always think I'm talking about. No, this is a reading. This is a reading. Y'all need to pick, y'all have lost y'all mind and y'all need to, oh, ain't nobody been in the chat. That's interesting. Y'all have lost y'all mind and you need to stop abandoning that person. Okay. So they're reliving trauma is what's happening. If you've been abandoned, if you've been ghosted, if the person is cheating on you, you know what I'm saying? It's because they're reliving trauma. And that's why a lot of you guys, I can tell that a lot of y'all feel really sad, really melancholy, probably can't eat, probably sleeping a lot, or either eating a lot and sleeping. Um, and a few people are angry and ready to fight somebody. There's some folks ready to put somebody in the ground right now. You can, and you know, I can tell it's like headaches, body aches. You got to, oh yeah, a lot of y'all just need to really breathe. And like when you exhale, make sure that you release a lot of that tension. And then a lot of y'all or have sex, or a lot of y'all are sexually frustrated as well. So sexual frustration will usually come out as anger a lot of the times, especially with men. It'll come out as anger. Okay. I believe that there are energies and entities that are attacking everybody's sexual energy right now, just universally. Okay. I really believe that. And it's something that's been happening since the dawn of time. It's just that people back in the day used to know how to get that stuff off of them. Okay. Womb attacks on men and women. Ain't nobody got no questions for me. I am shocked. I am pretty much shocked that ain't nobody in the chat. Maybe my reading was too accurate. I'm just telling y'all, like, for example, if somebody's cheating and you know they're cheating, like they're faking their orgasms. They're faking it. Hey Stephanie, hello. They're faking it. Whether or not they're male or female, they are faking it. They are not having a good time with that other person. In fact, they are miserable, even though, because it is stupid. It's stupid. Like, I did a few readings earlier, and you could tell that it was people out there that were like stuck in the weirdest of places in their mind. But while they're thinking about the person that I was doing the reading for, it's like, but it's like the person is thinking about them, wanting to be with them, but then somewhere else in a totally different place. And it's like, what the hell? Seriously stalked all the time. May 3rd night. So you are a Taurus. About being seriously stalked all the time. Mm. Spirits, what messages do you have for Stephanie Love about being stalked all the time? You mean just random people? I don't know why this deck feels so light. Maybe it's because of that other deck I've been using a lot. What's up with, you know what? Actually, hold on. I'd rather use my Deviant Moon Tarot for your reading. I'm gonna grab my other cards too. Yeah, some people, and really that's what you have to tell them. That's what I would do. No matter what the problem is, no matter what it is, you have lost your mind, okay? Because you know that there is love here. You know that there's love here for you, and you you are being a fucking stupid ass. For real. That's stupid. Everything they want and need is with you. But I don't know, maybe they don't feel that they deserve it, you know? Hold on, y'all. Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, spirit guides, ancestors for Stephanie Love. Why is she being stalked all the time? Okay, well, it's definitely for your sexual energy. The Nine of Pentacles is upright. The Tower is reversed. Three of Pentacles upright. Ten of Swords upright. King of Cups upright. I mean, if you're getting stalked all the time, and because gang stalking can be very stressful, first of all, you need to cleanse yourself. Mm. It's definitely the stalking thing that has something to do with your sexual energy. Speaking of which, I'm supposed to be doing a show about being like a sex goddess or a love goddess. So if you're like some kind of sex goddess, you will get gang stalks. And then very often people that have a certain sexual energy, they will also get spirit raped. Okay, spirit raped sexually by certain demons and entities. I don't know why this Tower card is telling me maybe possible. It's got something to do with your energy, definitely. But I feel like you have a lot of issues because of that. The Ten of Swords upright, the King of Cups upright, and then Ten of Cups reversed. Who is this King of Cups? Oh, great, good. You got a really bad spirit. That's a bad spirit. King of Cups is in the upright position, but it's definitely, it almost feels like male. Is this I can't really tell what sex this entity is. Is it male or female spirits? It's a male energy. That's why you having all them problems in your love life too. You got a really, really nasty spirit that is attached to you that you need to get off of you. Been attached to you since you were about 3 years old. How? Okay. Mm. Yeah, I can see that the situation has gotten you, but see, this is not just people. This is spirit. This is spirit. This is a bad spirit. Because when I asked who was the King of Cups, spirit showed me that it was an entity, and it's probably more than one. But I got the Five of Cups upright, so this tells me this is a bad spirit. This is not a helpful spirit at all. Whatever this is. Male energy looks like it's over the women in your family, actually, and the men, possibly. You got a very negative spirit over your family. It's definitely a generational curse that you need to remove. because you gonna continue to have issues with that. Have you ever went and got some help with the gang stalking? Y'all know that gang stalking is a spiritual sign. Those are things that are happening in spirit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what's going on. And you said you lost your baby 2 years ago. That's crazy. And you said that your ex was abusing her. What's up with that? I wish I could drop the link for y'all to come on and talk about this stuff. Goodness gracious. Well, typically, somebody that can cleanse you spiritually is going to be somebody that identifies themselves as a high priestess or even a witch. Sometimes it just depends. Witches that are able to cleanse you, you'll pretty much know it because of the way that they talk, and some of the witchy things that they talk about. But um, I mean, you need to start by cleansing yourself. You can, I mean, I feel like you probably need, like, you do have some sort of gen hex on you. You do. Because what I see is it hovering over kind of like a dark cloud on your family. This is not just you, it's other women in your family. And then also I can see that the men in your family are probably kind of like the divine masculine is really toxic for the women in your family. Yeah, it's in the video description box. If you're on your mobile phone, you can click on the Etsy link, and I also do accept Cashapp. But if you want to come on, if you want me to drop the link, if you feel comfortable with speaking publicly, like if y'all ever want to do that, y'all can ask for the link and I'll let y'all come on, because that's something that I wouldn't, like you just told me you lost your child, so I'm not really trying to get your money. Like if you want a professional consultation, then I'll definitely be willing to do that for you. But if you want to come on now, you can okay, hold on. I'm gonna drop my link for you. Okay, hold on. Yeah, we can definitely, if you want to contact me for a reading though, you can, you know. Yeah, you can call or text that number. Mostly people text me, but people do call me too sometimes, unless I'm busy and I can't pick up. You can always text me and leave me a voicemail. But yeah, that's what's going on. And see, that particular entity, I feel like that entity, that what I could feel from it was that it takes it's like it's taking energy, taking sexual energy, but then also causing a lot of sadness and a lot of mayhem in your life. And those are attachments that are attached to you. It's an attachment that's attached to you. So, what is your zodiac sign? I wonder if you put that in there. Oh, goodness. Okay, and you asked for love life advice. Well, the first piece of advice. Oh, are you calling? I think you calling right now. No, don't call right now. Like I'm live right now at the moment. You can click the link though if you want to come on, but you can contact me a little later, like when I'm done with this live. No, you have to click the link in order to come on. You have to click the StreamYard link to come on to the panel. But if you want, I can talk to you in private because there's a lot that I can see that we have to talk about. Like I can tell some of the stuff, like I can see some of the stuff that you've been through, and then also what that dark spirit is doing to you. Okay, you say you're a Taurus. Okay, well, that makes sense. Do you have any more children? That's crazy. We'll talk. And as far as you said, love advice, well, it seemed like to me that a lot of the reality is like not even it's twisted kind of because that tower card is in the reverse position, and I feel like you're not really living in the reality that you created for yourself, but you're living in a reality that something else is shaping and molding in your life. Okay. And that's not good. If anybody has any more questions, then you guys can feel free to come in. If not, I think I'm gonna end this live. I think that I'm done for the day. But like I said, y'all people that are involved in love and romantic relationships with people, you're gonna have to quit ghosting people and you're gonna have to stop taking people for granted. Okay, because you don't know how it feels to be a person that literally pushed people away from you and hurt them so bad that they don't want to come anywhere near you. And then you realize what it is that you let go of, because I've talked to people like that and it don't feel good at all. It doesn't. Okay? So stop being unfair to the people that you are involved with. Stop, try to keep your mind right. You know what I'm saying? Cuz I really feel like it is like that's why it's mind fucking to you, because their mind is fucked. And people need to be more responsible with their love life and stop doing stuff like that to people. Stop cheating, stop lying, stop ghosting people, stop sneaking around, stop being conniving, stop doing those things. Stop doing things because you saw it happen to your mama or your dad. That's a lot of people are doing that. And especially with the whole abandonment thing, because so many women feel abandoned, especially older women. But in reality, like, why you didn't go and see somebody, sis? Why you didn't at least pray for that person to come back or somebody better? Like, why was there not any action that was being taken? So it's like we're repeating these cycles of abandonment over and over and over again. Is it because it's familiar to us? Because for me, it's not familiar to me at all. Now, a lot of people could say that I abandoned them, but really, to be honest with you, you, I don't know, like you can't really, you can't really, I don't know. It's weird. People have to live their life and do what they got to do. So you can't necessarily be controlling over people, but I feel like there's a lot of people that are literally just doing people any kind of fucking way because you know that they love you, you know they care about you, and you're taking advantage. You're abusing your power. Okay? Does that make sense? A lot of people are abusing their power. Which is what this it is what the narcs are doing. Like I said, you probably calling them like when somebody just runs off or abandons you unexpectedly. You might call them back to back. You may text them back to back, and they may not be answering because I believe that that demon has taken over and is feeding off of all of your hurt, your fear. That's why I feel like you should laugh in the goddamn demon's face for real. We don't know what the hell be wrong with people. I would say that it's temporarily insanity. And a lot of people really get upset over stuff like that. Okay. And you do have to be able to maintain a sense of emotional balance. The shit that I've been through, like I don't let it affect my children. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't let them see me upset. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sitting up here going crazy about the situation. You got to balance out your emotions and fucking do what you got to do to get yourself through it because that's fucking crazy. Especially y'all that got kids or small babies with these men and they done ran off. Or if you a man and like some of y'all men though, some of y'all don't realize that it's certain energies that women don't want around their children. That we just don't. Whether or not it's your baby or not, you know. Y'all ever see that movie La Bamba? I don't know why I thought about that movie. Ricky's older brother. Yeah. So that y'all, a lot of y'all, y'all, it's still abuse. Abandonment is abuse, and you're abusing somebody, and you're taking out like you're forcing that person to have these negative experiences that you shouldn't allow them to do that. People that care about you is a big deal, and you should never take that for granted. People that do that are the most foolish, blind, crippled, and crazy people that you will ever meet in your life. Somebody actually give you their heart, you better believe that you're gonna have to answer for that shit. So, people can sit around and act like, oh, I'm a thug, I'm a player and I'm this and that, but you still gonna have to answer for it. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I have a guest. I didn't even see you. Hey, Stephanie.
Hey, I just popped up just now, so.
Hey, for some reason, hold on, let me turn my thing up.
Okay.
I can barely hear you. Can y'all hear her? Well, ain't nobody else in the chat right now.
I know I saw. Well, there's like one person, I think.
Yeah, this is so strange. Your audio is really, really low.
Can you hear me better now?
Only a little bit better.
Okay.
Yeah, but I can't hear you. I have to hold the phone up, which is weird because normally I can just hear it through the speaker. Let me
Okay.
see how I let me see what you sound like on my computer because it could be that my audio got messed up and I may need to go out and come back in. Out
Okay.
his anger. Hold on. Hey, Stephanie. Oh no, yeah, we can hear you really good. Okay, hold on. I'm
Okay.
gonna step out, Stephanie, and I'm gonna come right back, okay?
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. Hopefully it's better. Okay, now I can hear you. Now I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you too. So
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well,
you
thank you for
can't.
clicking the I wanted to speak to you because you were saying you lost your daughter.
Yeah, I lost my daughter 2019, January 11th. They ruled it a suicide, but 2 days before
Oh,
yeah, 2 days before she passed, she called me and she said that memories were coming back of abuse and stuff from my ex. But like, I don't like to say too much of that on the air. But anyways,
yeah.
so yeah, so that was really tough.
Mm.
So,
I'm
but I,
sorry for your loss. How old was she?
she was 23. So she had a really good job. She worked for Boeing and had her master's
Mm.
degree. She was very successful. A lot of friends.
Wow. Was this her father that did that to her?
No, it was her stepfather. He adopted her.
Mm. Oh, wow.
Hmm.
Wow. Well, I'm so sorry that you went through that. My
Yeah.
goodness. Was did she were you not aware that it was going on?
No, she left the house after he like broke her hand in the door and assaulted her and in front of my
Mm-hmm.
other two daughters. Yeah, so she left the house and then I didn't have much communication with her and I was going through a divorce at the time after that, so it was a lot of
Mm-hmm.
stuff going on. And he was very controlling. Like I wasn't allowed to work, I wasn't allowed to finish school, so I had no career. It was really hard to leave him. So I know why like abused victims don't leave or they go back to their abuser a million times. Like I've
Yeah.
learned that cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. Wow.
But I was able to go through nursing school and graduate the only one with honors in my class. So now I practice as a nurse. So
Nice. Nice. Well, yeah, that's something that you had to be strong to get through that because getting away from abusive partners, they make it nearly impossible.
oh yeah, he would take me on seven
Yeah.
hour Bible drives to brainwash me until he could see in my eyes that I wasn't going to leave. So he's very sociopathic, psychopathic tendencies. So, and I never knew what any of those words meant. That whole marriage. I wasn't allowed to listen to the radio or watch television unless it was Christian. And I'm Jewish. So
Mm.
yeah, it
Wow.
was a lot of control, a lot of mind control.
How long were you with him?
We were married in 1999 and the divorce just went through in 2019. So
Mm.
20 years.
Wow. Well, I'm glad that you got away from that. Good grief. What is it? He lost his mind, but just
But
he
he's
lost
able
it.
to fool people is the thing because they know what they're
Hmm.
doing. They're very calculating.
Hmm.
I believe that's a
Right.
spiritual thing too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The fact that they can keep up appearances, they're like wolves in sheep's clothing. Yes,
Well, and then it starts
exactly.
to make you feel like if you can't beat them, maybe you should join them. Like, I don't know. Like, where's the victory?
Well, he had a bad spirit on him. He had one of those biblical spirits on him.
Mm-hmm. Like a Jezebel.
That possibly, yeah. Yeah, for him to act like that 7-hour Bible drives, like what is that?
Yeah.
Is that where you read the Bible for 7 hours?
Yeah, he would just keep driving and reading the Bible and talking to me. And Malachi says, and because I would tell him, okay, you know what? I'm Jewish. I'm going back to my Jewish roots. And he's like, okay, well, the Old Testament says that God hates divorce in Malachi. And I said, yeah. And he also hates it when you treat your wife with treachery. And I'm like, you're being very treacherous, So
Right.
I just felt like
Oh
there was
my
no
God. You
escape.
know what? And see, I talk about that a lot on this channel. It's like men that get a hold of that Bible, that is a book of curses.
Mm-hmm. Oh
You
yeah,
have
and
to
he would
be
tell me, he'd
extremely
say,
careful.
Satan is coming for you. The demons aren't gonna let you leave me. And then the church people would come. I lost all of my friends. And then we'd have people sitting outside our house. My girls would call me while I was at work and they're like, Mom, somebody is taking pictures of our house. Like I just looked out the window because there was flashes going on. Should I call the police? And I'm like, I said, no, they're not gonna do anything. I said, just take a picture of them and make sure everything is locked up, you know?
And so you're still being gang stalked, huh?
Oh yeah, they let us know we're being watched.
Whoa.
My children are as well. Like I have adult daughters that live with me too. So yeah, they're definitely under it as well.
Wow. And
So
so
it's hard for them at work.
that to me sounds like that's coming straight from some crazy church.
Yeah, because we know a lot. I've even had people come up and tell me I know too much and whatever. And I'm like, well, if they wanted me to be quiet, they're so smart, they could have just been good to us. I wouldn't have said, I just wanted out of the damn marriage and move on with my life,
Yeah.
that's it. So I don't feel like
Yeah.
they're very smart. And I'm like, well, what else do they want? I don't know.
Yeah, that reminds me. Have you ever seen that movie called The Curse? It's from the 19, I think it was from the 1980s.
Uh-uh.
Oh my goodness, that makes me the way that when you were talking about your ex-husband,
Yeah.
like it's like they lose their mind and they get lost in it, and that's not supposed to happen. It's like they're under a spell.
Yeah.
And how do they expect like I don't see how people, I guess he was mentally ill because of that religion, evidently. I mean that, and I mean, if you look at a lot of very religious people,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they even kill in the name of
Oh yeah, they
that
think they're doing
religion.
the right thing. Yeah, and I was really afraid like when things first started. I thought, "Oh my gosh, does he have like a hit out on us or something?" It
Yeah.
was really bizarre. And people in his own family, his aunts would say, "Don't eat or drink anything he's giving you. He's playing these same games that his dad played on his mom." And the mother was a nurse as well, but I wasn't at the time. But she ended up having like dissociative disorder and multiple personalities. So now, with all the nurse training and psychology that I have learned, the trauma
Hmm.
from an abuse can cause the mind to disassociate. So I I believe that the father most likely was abusive to the mother and caused her
Right.
problems. Yeah. So staying in those relationships, they're dangerous. Like it's not worth risking your mental health or your physical health or anything. I mean, they don't care. They have no empathy, they have no conscience, and it just makes me want to sound the alarm all the more. I am not going to live in fear of whatever
Yeah.
these people do. I refuse. Like, cause my times are in God's hands. I don't, nobody knows, you know what I mean? How much time, but I'm not going to
Because
put
I
myself,
think that what happens is they probably lose their souls
I think so
because they
too. It's
just,
like the twice dead, like the
yeah,
second death, which is really sad.
very, very. And so, have you ever gotten any kind of spiritual help?
I mean, I try all the time. I'm always seeking answers and just kind of
Hmm.
seeking for guidance and instruction. And then sometimes I meet the wrong people because I'm seeking, but it is part of the journey, is how I look at it, part of the process. And I notice that I attract these same type of personalities. It's like I just say it's a it's just the same spirit in a different body.
Yeah, oh God, tell me about it. You preaching to the choir. Well, the first thing you got to do is heal yourself so that you'll be strong enough to battle the whole situation, because I feel like, and I also can feel that there's like the other women in your family, like it
Hmm.
seems like there's been a lot of trauma surrounding love and relationships for the women in your family on your side,
Yeah.
on the maternal side. And then
Yeah,
how
that's
do
true.
men in your family treat the women?
So I don't have any siblings, and my mother has passed away, but I did see her go through bad relationships too. So
Hmm.
um but my uncles, they're great men, actually. They treat their wives really well. So they've been married to the same woman for years, like decades.
Hmm. But how do they treat the women in the family? Like, are they concerned at all? Because I mean, you see it happen all the time. It seems like things will be happening to the women, especially it happens more so to the women. The men are more so quiet about it. They don't really talk about it.
I think the
But
women in my family, because I only have like aunts by marriage. So
uh-huh.
I think they're strong women, so they're not the pushover
Yeah.
type. Yeah. So I don't see that from them. And that's what I'm tired.
Mhm.
I don't like the whole victim mentality thing. I'm like, I need to be I want to I am made to be the head, not the tail, a conqueror, you know? So that's why I'm
Mhm.
seeking. If I didn't care, I'd just roll over or something. But I believe I have like a great destiny. I really do. I know that sounds narcissistic, but I really
No,
do.
no, that doesn't sound narcissistic, but I think that you don't I think that you shouldn't give up on love.
Right. It's hard though because I attract
Yeah, I know.
these men that have these problems, or they're just like they want to play head games, and I feel like as soon as they want to start playing head games, and it's different when you're getting to know somebody and you're kind of bantering back and forth, but when they're starting to get kind of deep and lying and gaslighting already, I'm like, really? Like, is there any normal people left? Has the whole world gone
Yeah.
mad?
Yeah, I know. Ain't that is crazy that people are acting this way.
Yeah.
And it's probably because you're attracting that, or maybe something is blocking you from getting to your let me throw the cards for you again to see,
Okay.
because it sounds like to me definitely that there's some love blockages. And you're in your 30s, or how old are you, in your 30s or 40s?
I'm in my 40s now.
Okay.
And I don't sleep around. Like, I'm a relationship, like I said, I was married 20
Mhm.
years, so I come across a lot
Mhm.
of guys that are playboys, and they say they want marriage, and then you find out they're just there for the milk and cookies or whatever you want to call it. And
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have that. They can take the back seat and just leave and go back to their mommy's house or whatever.
Yeah, really. I know that's right. Let me throw the cards and see what they want to say about your love life, because that's definitely a blockage. But feel like your ex-husband still has like his thumb on you, like you're in bondage. For you to be with him for 20 years, that's a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's done a considerable amount of cloaking.
Right.
So it seems like all of the men are just like him, or they do the same thing.
Yeah, it's almost like they know what, like they can just see, like, and then they know what to say or
Yeah.
do.
Well, I got an ex that just recently passed away,
Mm.
coincidentally. And when me and him broke up, he told me, he said, "Ain't nobody gonna want you. You got all them kids."
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed like every man that I've dealt with since him has tried to mess with my self-esteem like
Yeah.
that. So it is almost like you're dealing with the same spirit, the same, and sometimes I get so overwhelmed with the whole situation that I feel that sometimes it's a demon attached to me that's just killing the original person that I fell in love with, and then something else fucking took over.
But see, I
You
think
know
what
what I'm
it is,
saying?
yeah, but I think what it is that thing is in them already when we meet them, but it's
Mhm,
hiding.
mhm.
It's just, and so we see the front personality. It's almost like they have multiple personalities. So then there's like
Oh my God,
layers.
yes, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
And then you
stuff
start
coming
to
out of the
see them.
blue.
Yeah. And they can be triggered way easier. They're very weak actually, but some of them they come off they're strong. It's each different personality, those layers.
Mhm.
It's very dimensional and it's very tricky. That's why like I can see it in the spirit realm. And sometimes when they see that I can see, it can be trickier too. And it sounds
Mhm.
complicated.
Spirits, what messages do you have for Stephanie about her love life? Show me what's going on with that.
I actually met a lady that was high in society, like I can't say names, but very high in
Okay.
society. And she wanted
Mhm.
to she had a doctor that she wanted to hook me up with. And at the time I was involved with this other guy because I had just gotten out of my marriage and I was seeing him. And she's like, but I'm not going to introduce you to this man until you get this guy out of your life. He's dangerous. And she's very spiritual, this woman. She's like a
Yeah.
mentor. And
Yeah.
well, I finally got rid of this guy. Well, that opportunity is gone. But she's like, you have to choose better men.
Yeah. Okay, I'm throwing out some cards here.
And then I had this guy
Sometimes,
coming around. He was stealing. And I finally said, while he's driving an Audi around, I said, you know what? I said, go ahead then. You act like you didn't steal. I said, but everything you took, and you know that I know you took stuff. I said, that's all on you. You can have that curse. I said, because that doesn't belong to you.
mhm. So that spirit came back in this reading that I'm doing that I just threw for you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Came up as the Knight of Wands this time. Keeps trying to present itself as the perfect lover,
Yes.
but it's a spirit. It's not actually here in the physical. This is a spirit attachment that you have, and
Right.
it is at the root chakra. Two of Wands came up reversed, so this is definitely, well, it's a spirit that's been with you for quite some time,
So probably
and
through like child abuse or something.
it definitely connected to you somehow at a young age. Eight of Pentacles is upright. Yep. And I feel like this is you as like a, younger, the Eight of Pentacles, and then the Four of Wands. So this is actually you getting married. It's kind of like a story is being told, but
Mm-hmm.
then Six of Pentacles is reversed, and then that's when the Eight of Swords comes up. So it's is this entity sort of like possessing all of your lovers? For
That's what
them
it's.
to do that, yeah, that's what I think that it presents itself to them, but I think that they would have to be of a healthy mind, body, and spirit for them to not connect with this, whatever this spirit is. And I do feel as though things would be a lot different if you would remove your ex-husband's bondage, because he don't feel like nobody, Christian men like that, they feel that when you break up, that's it. You can't go. That's it. You're dead. No, you don't
Mm-hmm.
even exist anymore. So it's like man magic, but it's based upon anger, non-forgiveness. So it really has nothing to do with God or even the religion that they're supposed to be doing. After the Eight of Swords comes up, the Ace of Wands comes up reversed. So that tells me that whatever it is that was on your husband, because what was your husband's zodiac sign?
He was a Cancer.
Okay. So it doesn't matter the zodiac sign. I do feel as though it attracts certain people to you so that it can live through those people, but it's a very negative, spiteful spirit,
Yeah.
very old spirit going back. I'm gonna see how far it goes back because I do feel that it's attached to your bloodline. And it's a spirit that is among many spirits because I can see many
Right.
male spirits, and some of them do seem to be connecting to your children.
Yeah.
Um because and then the Three of Cups comes up reversed. So that definitely tells me that it infiltrates it's definitely messing up the love life. This is a very, very primitive spirit too.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because it's like and it's showing your husband, it's showing the moment that it attached to your ex-husband. But I feel like your ex-husband, like I said, if they were more so, I feel like it's been attracting those people to you, is what I'll tell you, even your ex-husband. So it's been sort of manipulating your love life this whole time. You haven't actually independently found love outside of that spirit.
Right.
You haven't. And
And I can honestly say that, yeah, I've never experienced real love. Like I can give real love, but I can't find
yeah,
somebody that's able to give that back.
Yeah,
So
you
again, I'm
felt it, but it
depleted.
wasn't. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like unrequited.
yeah, yep. It's and then also it's supposed to be, your love partner. They're supposed to give you what you need at that time, whether or not it's a little bit or a whole lot. It doesn't always have to be 50-50 or an even exchange. You know what I'm saying? And it seems
Right.
like there's a problem with them more so wanting to hurt you and take advantage of you rather than actually have a stable relationship. And see, Tauruses have to have stability.
Right.
That's the one thing about the Tauruses. It's the whole flip flopping thing, and then one minute you one person, and then that whole multiple personality thing. See, I think that those are several spirits that can be playing out in your life at any time, whether or not they're attached to you or him, because that, like, people are not supposed to go from being sweet, kind, and loving and sexual, and then to see them turn into the devil.
Right.
You
And
know what
then
I'm
my
saying?
energy, yeah, and then I respond negatively back, and it's almost like they love that. Like they want that. They feed off of
Right.
that. And then I step back and I'm like, "Wait a minute. I don't normally I don't like to act like that. That's not even me." And I'm responding because and then they'll say, "Oh, well this is how you're acting." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, because you totally just like up and left because and you were supposed to be here for 2 more days or whatever, and then I
Hmm.
mean, they just like put it on me. And then I'm like, no, I'm not the one that just, it's like they cause, kind of like the narcissist that will cause an argument on purpose so they can leave and go to their side chick.
Right. Right. Yeah, you're right. And you know what? Yeah,
That's
that's
exactly what
crazy.
they do. And then they make it so you don't want to call them right now because you're pissed off. And then they get us so we got to text them because we're like, well, what are they doing? And then they know that. So then they can just say, well, I was
Yeah.
busy. I just need to cool down for a while because you were so upset. I don't like that. Like, well, really? You
And see, I'm
started
a
all that.
witch. I've been if I think my man is cheating, I'll put curses on his penis. But
Oh,
that's why they don't like
don't do
witches.
that.
Why not?
Oh, because you might
Why
want to have
not?
him back. Because you might want to have him back one day.
Well, then
And
I'll
then
take
you'll
the
have to
curse
cleanse
off.
them.
I'll
You'll have to
take it off.
yeah. That's what I say when people want to steal from me. I say, go ahead, try to steal anything.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
go ahead.
He will be flaccid the whole time. He will not get it up.
Oh shit. All right, that's a little safer at least.
Right, exactly. Yeah, because you don't want to mess it up from working for you. But I think it's that they do end up being, but here's the thing that I don't understand. If it's somebody that you belong with, why would you go and be somewhere else? That's stupid to me.
Hmm.
Why are they doing that?
I think a lot of times what I found though for men is that they just like variety. They want a little bit of Monica on Tuesday, and they just, no matter how much you spice it up or what you're willing to do, even I've even asked some guys, I'm like, well, what about an open relationship? No, I believe in a monogamous relationship. And then
Mhm.
they're out cheating because they want to seal you down, but they still want to go out and have some petite
Mm, mm,
fours,
mm,
petite fours with maybe who
mm,
knows what else
mm.
they're doing. And then I think a lot of
See, I
these guys
must I
nowadays,
must
they
be
go both
narcissistic
ways.
because I'm thinking of all kind of bindings. I'm gonna send a goddamn hurricane after you if you ever go and cheat. I would make it hell for them. I
Yeah.
would. I would make it absolute hell. But see, what don't make no sense is that the reason why you are aware of the cheating is because they're making it aware and they're thinking about you.
See, I was wondering
A lot of
something like
times you
that.
can
And you
see
know what?
exactly what.
I told the guy, I said, and when you masturbate and when you're out with that nasty girl, I said, do not bring my mind or my face or my name to the attention of that situation at all.
Yeah, but a lot of times they will though, they will.
Mm-mm. They want
Videos
to
and
make us
pictures
jealous.
too.
They are insecure. They're insecure.
I think it's demonic possession personally
It is.
because I know that as a woman, when I start, especially when I get very sexually familiar with a person,
Hmm.
my body will get used to that person and my mind will get used to that person, and so it'll make me want them more and need them
Right.
more.
Right. And I think
So
that's how we're created.
the whole variety thing, you know, I don't
Because
know.
they don't think like us. So I'm similar to you, like how you described, and I think most women are. Like we kind of like we're
Yeah,
memory foam. We're like,
My Venus is a Taurus.
okay, so yeah, I mean, I think of it like a memory foam pillow though. Like when we're with that guy, like that's the imprint on us. Like in the sense they're branding us, right?
Yeah,
And they it draws us to them, their energy. But they're drawn to us, yeah, because they don't want to let us go. It's obvious. It's one hell of a time trying to get free. But at the same time,
but
it
if
doesn't mean they're faithful.
what's crazy is that what if they let you know that they cheating and you say some shit to them like, well, why would you be cheating on me when your penis is hard for me? I don't understand. Why are you thinking about me?
I don't know.
Why
Some
are
of them
you
are just
with her when
nymphos.
you actually why are you with her when you actually want to be with me?
Make us want them
Can they
more, I guess,
argue with it?
to get that jealous energy, to get that negative energy. Anything that's like that negative energy. Some of these people that are like possessed entities, whatever, they feed off of that.
Yeah, and they're sick and then they want to fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Wonder
That's
why when they
exactly
come home, the woman is clawing at them.
right. Yeah, and then they want to be like, look who's crazy. It's her. I'm like, no, wait a second.
I'll
Because there
tell
was
all
some.
of them, yes, I am crazy. Yes, I'm
Mm,
crazy.
Well, when I was married, I knew my ex was having an affair. I went to Michigan because I have family there, and I came home. I had
Mhm.
just put white sheets, clean sheets before I left. And when I came back home after that weekend, that whole bed had all kinds of things on the sheets. And I went to the church and I was telling one of my good
Ew.
girlfriends, and I
He
said,
had
you mean
sex in your bed?
in
Ew,
my
what a
bed,
bastard.
right? And no, and I went to the church because I had all these friends at this mega church, and they kept telling me he would never cheat. You're just Satan is putting that in your head. And I called her up. I said, you
God, I
think
can't.
so? Satan is putting semen on my bed now too. Well, I'm sure there's an explanation. I'm like, is everybody under the mind control of this bizarre shit?
It is very bizarre because they're miserable. I'm telling you, like a lot of women, they'll be like, is he in love with her? What happened? I'm like, no, he's absolutely miserable with her.
Right. And then let him go then. If he's miserable at home, let him go. I mean, we try to hold on. Some TD Jakes and Medea or whatever, Tyler Perry says something really good out there. It's like, if somebody wants to walk out of your life, let them go.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for real,
And then when we let them go, that's when they try to run back anyway. So,
no, sometimes it's inevitable. They gonna come back sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But
mm-hmm.
a cheat man, I can't deal with that. I can't deal with the cheating.
Right.
Like
I don't like it either.
that is actually disgusting to me. I will sit him down and show him all sorts of videos and photographs of
Oh god.
diseased
I bet you do.
yummies.
Oh my gosh. I bet.
Yeah, like let me show you something, honey. You don't know what's out there seriously because and a lot of women will get put at risk, when you think about them and them wanting their variety. Hell, that's an STD risk.
Yeah, it is. That's right. And that's why I'm
I
like, I
mean,
don't.
technically, most of us that have had, at least a couple of major relationships, we're working on clearing that off, let alone sleeping around.
Right.
That's a
Right.
really bad spirit on a person that sleeps around.
Right. Yeah. Another reason why Trojans should totally
That's
be like the best thing ever out there.
that's
Everybody
why I
should wrap
said
it up.
to tie up his nature,
Hmm.
tie up a man's nature if he's doing that. but they'll use, they got too many tools out here nowadays that even if but you can do whatever you want. They'll do other stuff alternative, that don't require the use of their penis, because
Right.
I think that's a mistake.
Well, some of
It's a
them are on the down
huge,
low too. A lot of them go both ways.
oh God, yeah, that's real bad right
Well, it's
there. That's
dangerous. I'm just saying because they're usually not. I'm not trying to judge. Like, I mean, everybody can do whatever, but it's just dangerous. Like, it's dangerous either way. But you know what I mean?
hmm
Yeah.
it is very dangerous because that within itself, when you think about the imbalance, it's an imbalance. Two women
Right.
together in a relationship, to me, this is my perception
Right.
of what the reality is. Two women together is an imbalance. Why? Because you have two females together,
Right.
as opposed to having a male or a female that's going to create balance. So,
I
and think
agree.
about like I truly believe that it's creating a lot of issues. Being on the down low just means that, in my opinion, it's where you can't choose which road to go down, so you're hiding it. It's being hidden. It's a hidden aspect of self.
Right.
And I think that I think that it creates so much pain and suffering that people should let that stuff go.
Mhm.
That's just like the promise that I made to my divine masculine, because the my divine masculine energy, that just that omnipresent male spirit, does not like the whole lesbianism thing. So for me, I would have no problem with letting it go, even if I enjoyed it. Okay, because it's almost like you're running from your responsibilities as a
Well, I just
divine
don't
feminine.
understand why. Are we on the air still?
Yeah,
Okay. I just don't want to say too much. I'm definitely pro human rights, but
yeah.
my beliefs are more like yours too. Like I feel like it should be balanced, and I don't understand why women dress up like a man. I mean, not dress up, but they present themselves like a man, and then they're trying to find a woman, and that woman, she really attracted to a woman, even though the woman looks like a man with that male energy that she's projecting. It's confusing to
hmm
me. I'm just confused. That's all.
Yeah, I know. I know. And you know what? We can talk about that. You can actually schedule a reading with me, like I said, because I feel that
Okay.
there are a lot of things that you want to talk about that we're definitely not going to discuss on air. But um as far as like with and those, I feel like keeping those kind of women away from me, because I feel like I don't want that kind of divine feminine affecting what I want out of
Yeah, and I don't think
relationships
people
with me.
realize it all comes down to energy, and I don't think people like we don't educate people. Like I had to figure things out. I'm like, oh, a lot of this has to do with energy and vibration and who we allow in our circle
Mhm.
in order to manifest. You know, why are people manifesting and then the others are just their lives are falling to crap? You know, it's like who are we allowing in our
Mhm.
lives to block us? And I'm really tired of people trying to block me anymore. I'm just like, I can drive in my own lane. I mind my own business. I don't care what Susie's doing or Johnny over there. I just need to do me.
Yeah. Yeah, those road opening candles work really well. The road
Okay.
openers.
So
Yeah,
when there's a
because
spiritual awakening, I'm sorry, I just have so much to ask, so that's why. But like
Mhm.
when there's a
No
spiritual
problem.
awakening, is it normal to feel like a tingle up your spine at the beginning of it? Because I had that like a couple of years ago, and then I felt like a lot of, you know,
Yeah, and you know what? All sorts of weird, odd symptoms. There have been a couple of times where I was going through these phases and transitions, and this was just recently, to where I felt completely detached from my body.
mm-hmm,
And I think that that kind of stuff happens when anytime there's any sort of um, energies that we're moving through, because I feel like we're it kind of makes you feel like, what the hell is going on here? You know what I'm saying? Like, and so the way that and then of course I started to have anxiety
Right.
because I used to be a really bad anxiety sufferer. I realized that it was because of being an empath and women being so imbalanced. Okay. Women
Mhm.
are way too imbalanced, and we've got way too many unstable and insecure women. We've got men that are purposely trying to make women unstable, stirring
Mhm.
up the. It's
Yeah,
almost
instead
like
of
men
loving
who
them
stir
through
up the
things.
cauldron.
Right.
You'll be in a very relaxed Zen place, and then men will come in and they will take a stick and stir up your cauldron.
Yeah, what's up with that? I
And
think women, we need to take this, like Beyonce saying, who runs this girls, right? I was like,
I
I thought about
agree.
joining the Masons or something. Like, can I join the Masons when I first like got out of my marriage and it wasn't like and they're like, no, and I'm like, well, why not? And they're like, well, you don't have a penis or something like that. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, well, you don't want to join up with them. I feel like it's too much stuff being done unnecessarily.
Yeah. But they are
And
helpers
and
in
I feel like,
society. They do a lot. I mean, I've had a lot of encounters with a lot of good guys making society better.
yeah, that's what we like. That's what we really like to focus on, is people that want to turn the negatives into a positive. We need soldiers and survivors.
Yeah, they help bring the
And
order out of the chaos.
yeah,
And there's
as
too
we
much
go through.
negativity out there. People, I don't know why there's no censorship on there. I mean, I love that we can learn and everything, but then with too much information out there, I mean, everything just seems negative right now. Like this group's negative, that group's
Mhm.
negative, the whole world's a cult. You know what I mean? It's like it's really
Yeah,
not like that. And I think people are getting lost and just it's just too much information.
it's like a zombie apocalypse or
Yes.
something, like zombies. And you know what? There's a movie that just came out last year called Greenland. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
You must not watch too many movies, because this is a really good
I
movie.
don't.
It's supposed to be like this meteor shower, but the
Mhm.
meteor shower ends up being more dangerous than what they thought it was, and so it's like the end of the world. And
Hmm.
it shows this family and the obvious, like in the movie, who are not going to survive and who will survive. And so, like, for example, the government had a list of people that they were going to hide in a bunker. They could only save so many people because, it's the end of the world.
Mhm.
And they only saved people according to their occupation. So the guy, he was a construction engineer. Okay. So he
Mhm.
was like, because they figured we're going to need somebody that's a construction engineer. And so
Right.
it's like, this world, people don't, first of all, it'll never happen. There's not going to be anything like that. It's something telling me, because the earth has been here forever.
Right.
Um, Dinosaurs probably, in my opinion, the reason why the dinosaurs had to go is probably, I don't even, and that whole asteroid, the earth ending, it can only be metaphorical, because God is good.
Right.
So even if something like that were happening, we would be switched quickly to another reality. And the
Right.
past couple of years, I don't know if you realize it, for the past couple of years, there have been witches that have been doing high magic to throw off these asteroids. When they announce them,
Hmm.
they'll, within Earth's vicinity, will know that it's going to either go by Earth, but none of these things ever hit, and they never will, and people really don't know why. But I think that there are possibly other species of people. Speaking of which, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Okay.
How can I help you? Gross. We got a porn bomber. Weird. These people are weird.
Well, it kind of reminds me
You
of
know,
World War II in a way, where they were trying to like get rid of the gypsies and the Jews, and
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yep.
know.
And people that are not aware that people that are not aware of what is going on actually.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of men are unaware. That's just like that guy that came on here to show his penis. These are the type of men that unfortunately we're dealing with. They see two
That's
women
terrible.
talk and they want to come and flash their penises. It just, I don't, sis, I don't know.
That's a
Maybe
sickness right there.
it's a sickness, but it's also the sickness of thirst and bustless nights. Evidently, my goodness gracious,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It's kind of
Oh
like,
my
okay,
God.
you see two women talking and you get so excited that you want to come and show your penis. Like that's a problem there. I like, you know what? I don't necessarily have to see a man's penis before I hook up with him. So let it be a surprise.
Thank you. I know. So
You
I
know
went
what
on
I'm
a
saying?
dating site and the guy would be like, "Hey, do you want to see a picture?" And I'm like, "Ew, no, delete, block." Like, whenever a guy even asks that, I'm like, "No, I don't want to see you and you can't see me." And like, maybe I'm old fashioned, but yeah, no.
Yeah, the ones that are pulling it out on you, like before you even supposed to see it, like apparently there's a problem.
Yeah, it just sounds like something sexually is wrong, like pervert. That's just me
Sexual
personally. And then,
frustration.
yeah, and then I'll be like, well, you know what? I'm a nurse. Let
Yeah,
me blow it up and check you out. Then I'm gonna do it not
yeah.
in person, but I just don't want to see it. I'm like, no,
Oh,
I'm good.
those men are sexually frustrated. They've never really had real sex in their spirit before. They don't even know what sex is. They just know that they have a penis.
Mm-mm.
So if you've never had sex but you've been doing all this screwing, you're gonna be very sexually frustrated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because men, so a lot of them know how to have sex, but they don't know how to make love.
Right. They don't know how to make love and they're not tapped into anything real about themselves. They're not. So that's why they do things like that. And then when they get something real, it scares
Right.
the shit out of them because it's like you woke up the dragon that's been sleeping for years.
That's an interesting way of putting it. Maybe that's what we're doing to
Mhm.
these guys. We're getting too intimate because they don't like intimacy. We see
Well,
too
the
much.
problem that religion created was that it said that sex was bad. If they didn't think that it was so bad, they wouldn't try to use it as a weapon.
Oh, and that's exactly what they do. A malicious weapon.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, and see, women like we really have to. That's just like these men that like with the war and stuff. They go off and they go to war somewhere. Hey, Lavender Flower, how you doing? Yeah, and it's like they go off and it's like you're on pins and needles. I could die at any moment. I'm hi honey, I'm leaving. I might die.
Right.
And they don't realize, how much we love them. And it's like, what are you doing? Where are you going?
Right.
And I know that there must have been a point at some point, these relationships that lead up to marriage when the person says, okay, bye, I gotta go. Because I feel that there's a man that you're supposed to be with, but we'll talk about it privately. But I feel like it just wasn't meant for you to be with your ex-husband necessarily.
Right.
But that I do feel that you'll find love because when I asked you how old you were, I think would you say you was like I'm 45. I'm
43,
45 now.
43, almost 44.
43.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I see I'll be 44 this summer too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for me, it's like I just feel like I'm just getting older. It's just horrible.
See, you
And
can't
I'm
think of
still
it
in my
like that though.
prime. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know
you
what?
are. You can't think of it like that. I feel that, even though some of them, I don't know, I don't need a man to make me feel like a princess or whatever because I'm an older woman. You know what I'm saying? But I do want him to treat me like I'm special.
Right.
I don't want him to treat me like the ball and chain because, like, okay, even though I'm older and he may be younger or older, we just met. This is brand new for me.
Yeah, but I think the
So,
guy really should be, the woman should be well kept because of the guy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want
yeah.
to be paying for your dinner. Don't and say you can meet up tonight and then expect me to pay. I mean, unless I offer and it's fine, sometimes to pay, but I'm like sick of this. This one guy I was seeing is like, I had to pay for everything. I'm like, why did you even come out tonight then?
Wow.
It's
And then you know
offensive.
what? It's the ones that you get involved with that cause the gray hairs
Right. I'm like,
and you
you're not going to
feel like
stress
they
me
about to
out like
suck you
that.
dry. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. They want to suck us dry, just leak our
Yeah.
energy out. And so then nobody would want us.
That's true. That's true. But see, that's why you got to do them beauty spells and keep yourself young and refreshed. You probably need a cleanse.
Yeah,
My
I can
cleanses
always use
work
a
very
cleanse.
well.
Okay.
But
Uh,
I do think that a lot of them need to be tamed.
I was
They
wondering,
do.
isn't there a way to find, like, okay, so this is like one of my main questions is like finding a way. Somebody said you cannot tame these personalities. They're sick. You can't do anything. But there has to be a way where they're not controlling us and then we turn the tables and then they're on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you do that? You just have to get smarter?
Well, number one, you have to have confidence, especially the ones that are hiding their feelings. Like you can't men should not it's okay, how do I put this? You can't be insecure when it comes to men. You have to be a woman that is sure about yourself. That's
Right.
that's the first step is being sure about yourself and like especially the ones that want to challenge you. Okay, they're presenting you with a challenge of haha, I'm a man and I'm soaring my royal oats. And, it's like, boy, shut up and sit down somewhere. You'll be back. I'm going to make you beg.
Right. Make them beg and then keep the door shut and locked.
Yeah. Yeah. And
You
then,
had you
and,
had your
and
chance. Now watch me move on and do better.
Mhm. Well, some of them will chop your head off if you do that. So you got to be careful. You can't be
No,
doing
you're
too
not
much in front
kidding.
of them.
You're right. They do they're vengeful.
All of my men have wanted to kill me at some point. It's weird.
It's they're jealous. They don't want anybody to have what was they still believe you belong to them.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Do you think you encounter a lot of like, I know it sounds silly, but warlocks,
Yep.
wizards,
A
and
lot of them.
they don't disclose it like ever.
No, they don't. I've ran into a lot of those lately, and they do spells on you, and they do things to try to they're real evil and demonic. They really are.
Yeah, but why do they have to be like that? Can't we make peace with them and shine the light? Say, hey, my
Well,
good
they have
energy.
to, like I said, they have to make peace within themselves. For real, remember what I was talking about earlier about if their mother got hurt, but the mother didn't really know how to take care of herself. She didn't know self-care.
Yeah.
So what she did was she kind of, I mean, literally depression, depression, depression. The man had control over her. I don't, have you ever seen, okay, let me ask you, have you ever seen The Burning Bed?
Uh-uh.
Oh my God. So in that movie, she tells his parents that because he's just beating her up all the time, she tells his parents that he needs counseling, and his father didn't want him to do it. So the parents were older, and his mother was like, "Well, he does need to get help. We got, he's beating her up all the time." So they had agreed that he was going to go and get help. His father, which was her father-in-law, left the mother. She's an older lady. He got up and he left. He came back, but the whole time, they said in the movie, the whole time he was gone, she couldn't do nothing but lay in the bed. She couldn't do nothing
Mm-hmm.
but lay in bed. So if a woman is angry or either very emotional, and it's a woman that would abuse her children, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of these men grew up with them kind of mothers. That's why they messed up in the head. It's they mamas jacked them up.
I agree. I definitely agree. And they even agree. Like they'll share their
Mhm.
stories. Yeah.
And it's like it's a real weakness in those types of women, because if I love somebody that much, I'm gonna be. You better believe unless I got some other stuff to do, because sometimes there's other things that you have to do. I mean, we're all adults here, but you want to take the time to maybe bring that person back to you if it's meant to be. If not, cut the cord. If it's
Mm-hmm.
not meant to be, you can do one cord cutting and be gone forever. But if it's meant to be and you want that person with you, instead of screaming and hollering, breaking all the damn dishes in the house,
Yeah, I heard you say that earlier.
torturing yourself, basically torturing yourself, instead of doing that, do something more constructive.
Mm-hmm. I
And
agree.
especially if you have children, I
Right.
think that children should, their experience is going to largely be our experience. So, our experiences are their experiences. So, if a woman just completely goes downhill over a man and her kids see that happen, especially with men and them being traumatized, men are very traumatized.
Do you
Men
think that they're
hold on.
trying to, you said earlier that it's almost like they're reliving that trauma. Do you think there's a part of them that wants us to feel how they felt in a sense, like maybe
Yep,
unconsciously?
yep,
So they
or yep,
project
because
all of that. They're projecting onto us.
they're projecting, they're creating these situations where we're hurt, where, yeah, they
So
are.
that's how they
That's
felt at
called
one point.
abuse. Yeah. Yeah, many of us are being abused right now by men because their mothers got abused when they were kids. Because technically, a man, if he comes from his mother's womb, he's going to have a lot of her characteristics and traits.
And if that woman didn't know how to keep the man at that time, then usually that man is going to be single his whole life. Really? Do you think that's
It's going to
that's
mess
how?
up his love life. Yeah, if his mom was like one of those people that, okay, let's say that a man has a mother, and the mother, she's a little codependent on men, but she makes it anyway. But instead of her tapping into her own personal power, she up at the church, she going
Hmm.
around preaching to everybody that Jesus is your husband, and that,
Yeah.
you should commit your life to the Lord, and you should never have sex again, or some crazy stuff. And, oh, that, my husband left and that was the only man for me. And the Bible says that, and no one ain't said it nowhere in the Bible. It doesn't say that you have to be alone for the rest of your life after divorce. It doesn't say that anywhere.
Right. And it says
If
it's
for
not good to be alone.
divorce, right, right. But this is a woman that, and so if the man grows up around that kind of bitterness and depression and sadness, because of course that woman she's gonna want to feel the touch of a man. And then some of them even take up sexual relationships with their own mama because of that.
I wondered that too.
Hmm.
And
The
then you don't
mama
want
will
that, you
try
don't
to
want to be
either.
involved with a man that's got that kind of an issue because you don't want that spiritual tie connection.
Well, sometimes you just can't help it. Sometimes it's a karmic,
Like a lesson that needs to be learned.
not even just a lesson, but just somebody that's connected to you.
So how do we what does that mean when people say this is a karmic relationship? Like
It
you
has
met before in the past life or something?
meaning that it's connected to you. It's connected to you in some kind of way. It can be various ways, but it can be a karmic ex. It could be somebody that may have you may have been together in a previous life, and that's why you have such a deep connection with them. It could be somebody that is a soulmate or either a twin flame. They twin flames can affect you even when you're not around them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know I counsel a lot of women with twin flames, and they have sat on the phone and cried to me and said, Jamila, why did God bring this person into my life? And because they can't get away from them.
Mm-hmm.
They can't. It's just like it's inevitable. Twin flames have to connect. Once they've connected, they have to connect. It's like they're drawn to each other. It's like the universe somehow brings them back together
And
for
that can be
whatever
in
purpose it
friendships
is.
too.
It
Girl
can be,
healthy friendships too. Yeah.
yeah, but it's more so about that whole balance of nature. And with Beltane coming up,
What's that?
this is all about Beltane is it's a pretty romantic um Sabbath. It's a pagan Sabbath, and it's on May the 1st. Actually, they call it May Day, and it's about balancing the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And see,
Hmm.
if you're single, if you're not with anybody, you can definitely balance yourself out without a person. But with a twin flame, if they going through something, you're gonna feel it. That's just like if you're actual physical twins, like your brother or your sister.
Okay.
If you shared a womb with that person, you're gonna feel all the pain that they feel. You may have aches and pains at the same exact time that they're having them, even though you may not be nowhere near that person.
See, I just thought that was being an empath. So
No,
I can get that.
totally different.
That's why I feel like I'm meant to be a nurse because I can tune into people like that too.
A lot of people say that lavender flower that they wouldn't want that. Yeah, because it
Yeah.
sucks. And they
Oh,
affect you
sorry.
even before you meet them, and things will be really synchronized. And sometimes it can be dangerous if you have a twin flame that has like negative karma on them. And sometimes you have to share in that karma. Like things will be happening to the two of you at the same time, very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, twin flames, when they get spiritually attacked, they typically get spiritually attacked at the same exact time.
Hmm.
And it sucks. It can be very physically draining if you're not psychologically able to deal with it. And then yeah, they do have some twin flames where the one of the twins is abusive and evil. That happens too. You can be a twin flame with somebody that is like the complete opposite of you. Like you're connected to them, but they could be Jeffrey Dahmer and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the truth.
Hmm.
They could be a really evil person, or maybe at their core they're not evil. Maybe not at their core, but they may be going through evil times in their life or going through a very dark time, and you experience that with them. And that's why they take every goddamn thing out on you. If they're upset, they want to upset you.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, if they're possessed or connected to negative people or either just doing negative things, you know what I'm saying, or in a negative mindset. So it's kind of different than an empath just in general can measure energy. Like if I go outside, I can tell how the world feels. By the
Mm-hmm.
way it feels, by the way it smells, I can tell like just kind of what's going on. And sometimes I don't even want to leave the house. And then when
Right.
you get around certain people, you'll feel like if they're sad, you'll feel it's very different than having like a twin flame connection. It is very different.
So is there a way to call in your twin flame? A healthy one?
Yeah. Well, you can only have one twin.
Oh, like your whole
A
lifetime?
lot of people, there's a lot of people that decide that they don't want to deal with it and they'll be with somebody else. But if it's very difficult because a lot of people will contact me and they'll say, okay, I got somebody else, but I'm still thinking about my soulmate, or I'm still thinking about my ex. Why am I still thinking about them? Why can't I get them out of my system? Yeah. So, and some people go like, okay, my parents are twin flames. My parents are like dark celebrities on my channel, by the way. My parents are twin flames, right? My mother and my father divorced probably like upwards to, hang on, are they even divorced yet? And so my mother, she hasn't found any serious relationship since him, and neither has my father. Neither one of them have moved on. They just kind of exist. It's like, what are you gonna do? And you know, as their child, I sense a lot of the chaos around them being twin flames, and then also them being apart, them both being very stubborn Virgos that neither one of them want to admit to their faults. So this is why for years my parents were never able to reunite, even though they probably was supposed to. So it's like a tragic love story with my parents. And then, you know, with both of them being older and possibly medicated, you know, they've really went crazy. And it's kind of like both of them are bitter as fuck just because they won't just get back together with each other. It irritates me. It really does. Both of my parents, yeah, my parents are a divine couple, but it's a lot of hatred and a lot of shit between them, even though they get along. Like they kind of Lavender, they're able to get along just so that they can come at me. I'm like their little project distraction away from themselves. And so they harass me all the time spiritually instead of harassing each other. It sucks. And they can be dangerous to the people around them. Twin flames can be they my parents and their turmoil has been extremely dangerous and traumatic to me as a child. Just growing up, like it's still very traumatic dealing with my parents' confused energy. It's crazy. I don't know what the deal is with that.
Hey, so can I
You
ask you
know,
another question? Sorry, I didn't know
sure,
you talking. So,
sure.
astral projection, is that a real thing?
Oh yeah, yeah, it is.
And
It
then,
is. If
so,
a person actually, but see, you know, here's what I've sensed about that. The powers that be really don't like us doing that because it is invading somebody. Okay, there's been a lot of people using astral projection to invade other people's spiritual spaces
yeah, why do they do that
sexually,
sometimes?
either to take sexual energy, to do harm to a person. So what spirit is doing is spirit is sort of watching people very closely that are doing that. So if you do use astral projection, you got to be careful as far as to what you're using it for. You don't want to use it for to do no harm.
Hmm. I don't know how to do it. I've just been reading about it. And then, so like somebody told me my ex was like a warlock. And
Uh-huh.
how I feel like when I do, like I've tried to get a reading before, not with you, but I feel like he's able to hide his energy. Does that make sense? Like he doesn't always,
Mhm.
like, it's not revealed. He's able to, he knows when it's his energy's being pulled on to be like read. So
So
is there a
you
way to
feel
break
like
through
you feel like his spirit hovers around you, even though he's not deceased, he's alive, and like you can feel like a doppelganger, like one of his doppelgangers or something,
something like that?
like an invisible self of his that
Yeah.
hovers. Uh-huh. I feel like what that possibly is it's a spirit that works on his behalf
Okay. That makes
because
more sense.
people so if he's a warlock, he can naturally have those abilities to create what do they call that, altars of himself, like
So
spiritual doppelgangers that can go out
could that
and
be what I'm finding when I'm dating other people? Could that be that or no?
you mean are they, I don't believe that it's originated from him.
Okay.
I believe that it's attached to you. But I
What's it
think
want?
that the
What is it?
reason
What would it want with me then?
well, and see, we would have to do like I would have to look at exactly what it is because most of the time it's a spirit that's from like a previous life, or it could be a spirit that attached to you in this life. But I feel like it's a spirit that's been with you for a while. I think that it's more than likely leading you to the person that you're supposed to be with. But I feel like the journey has been very rough as well as long. But when you think about it, they try to convince us, and see, that's social engineering for us to believe that when we're 40, we're over the hill. That's social engineering. That's something they taught us socially. So, that's why people will begin to age, have health problems, and by the time they're in their 40s, which it's not necessarily a health problem. It's more so
Age discrimination.
it's more so, but no, it like the ascension symptoms, like when older people say, "Oh God, my back. Oh, I'm
Mm-hmm.
older, my back done got bad, or my knees done got bad. Oh, I don't really believe in that crap,
Right.
because it just so we've been a lot of the social engineering is able to do that, but I don't think that because a lot of people feel like, up, it's over. I was supposed to find love in my 20s. Now I'm
Mm-hmm.
old and I'm just gonna go and be a fuck up in life, and that's what a lot of people do. But I think that he probably was just getting you ready for the real person that you're supposed to be with.
So I fell for the fake then?
No, it ain't really that. It's not that you fell for the fake. I mean, it's not your fault, especially considering that he was heavily saturated with religion. So I did see that you've been in bondage.
Mm-hmm.
You have
It's
definitely been
more
in
more like
bondage.
oppression.
Do
I
you
would think
ever
more oppression.
do you ever have the physical symptoms? Because
Uh-uh.
I can tell when a spirit is trying to bind me because I'll just start feeling really just not light. Like,
Well,
how
yeah,
like
I can
you
get
can
like
feel
that
light and you
sometimes.
just
Yeah.
feel
Yeah.
that, but that to me is the signs of the bondage that you're under. For women, it's almost like a corset.
Right.
Feel
And
like you have
every
a
guy that
corset over your, yeah.
I cleanse myself and then I'm like free and I'm like, okay, I'm just not going to date and like I'm just done. I just want to have fun and just, be healthy, whatever. And then I'll find somebody else again and then it's like the same thing and then that person's controlling and then that oppression starts all over again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm not meant to be your slave. And if I am, there's got to be some Louis Vuitton and some like big bucks in it.
Yeah, men, I think that men in general have lost it. Yeah, I think that the ones, even when you meet the one, I think that even he is probably gonna need some help. But I definitely don't believe he's going to be as bad as your ex-husband, definitely. But all of them got problems. All these men have problems, mental, physical, psychological, and spiritual problems. They all do.
I don't want any of
Because
them then. I can do bad all by myself.
well, the whole consensus behind it though is that um the whole thing about love is that you kind of love them anyway.
Yeah, but not if they're going to be stealing from me and coming in and out
Oh,
like the burger
that's a
joint.
that's a dusty bum. You evidently got your hand on a dusty bum.
I know, right?
You got you a dusty. He stole from you like money.
Yeah, he took money, he took some jewelry, and
What the
he
girl?
still
You got
texts my
robbed.
phone. He's a con artist. Like he drives a nice car and he comes from money, graduated from New York and Columbia University, Ivy League school. But yeah,
If
he
he
went for
comes from money,
theater.
why in the hell is he stealing a woman's
He
jewelry?
because he's broke, and I think maybe he's broke, maybe he's on drugs. I don't know, but I ain't messing no
Maybe
more with no broke.
I don't blame you. Goodness, he must be broke because that's crazy. Did he?
He's the
So
one where
he
I would be
stole.
paying for his when we go to the restaurant. I took him to Florida. I was paying for his dinner, and I got really mad at him one night, and I said, "No more, no more, no more. I'm done. It's not that.
Wow,
It's not that good."
what a loser.
I know. And he infiltrated my friends. I had this best friend of mine, and he
Hmm.
infiltrated that and made we're not friends anymore.
So what did he do? Did he start screwing her, or did he
Mm.
just mess up?
No, I don't think he was screwing her. He might have been, but that isn't what happened. He just started contact. Like I was actually friends with her boyfriend. He's an older man, and she's like a younger woman. And I was friends with him first, but he calls the family and says that this woman is doing all these horrible things because he went to dinner with the couple and then badmouthed my friend. And yeah, so it was just, I'm like, I don't know what she does. Like, this is not my business. He's like, you better tell her daughter everything, you better tell his daughter. I can't say like all these. Yeah. Anyways, he just infiltrated it and it made it horrible. So when like, he wanted to control everything. He's like, just go along with everything I say. He was showing up at my work. I don't work there anymore. I mean, there was other things going on too. And then I tried to go back to school to do more nursing. He would stalk me at school. I would tell him he needs to leave because I had to study. Oh no, you don't. I'm going to
Wow,
help you clean while I'm here. I said I can't focus while you're running around my house like that right now. But you need help. And then I'd call him and I'd be like, "Hey, can you come help with the house?" "Oh, I can't today." "Well, I don't have school today." He'd only come
wow,
around, and so I had to pull myself out of school because I wasn't doing good.
whoa,
Yeah.
what a bum.
Yeah. Graduated from Columbia. He went to for theater school and now he's a Lyft driver. But he's furloughed from his data governance job. So
What?
I think he's a warlock too. I think they're all warlocks.
Wow.
Yeah, he's even
He need
told
a
people, he's
he
like,
need
I'm
a
perfecting my
spiritual
craft right now. Don't perfect it on me.
he need a spiritual ass whipping is what he needs.
Yeah, yeah. He came to this one town when I was with my other girlfriend one time, and these biker
Uh-huh.
guys, they went to kick his ass, and I said, "Oh, don't hurt him." They were about to hurt his ass. They're like, "We heard about you and all this shit you do," and I'm like, "Just scare him, but don't hurt him."
Damn.
But he wasn't even
Yeah.
scared. His ego is so huge. Like I think it's made of steel.
That's funny.
It's
But I
sad, really,
mean,
because I thought I loved him, and it's sad because he's one that I kept thinking about and feeling awful. And I'm like, how can you do that to somebody that loves you?
what's his zodiac sign?
Taurus.
Oh, wow. So you got a Taurus on Taurus. Well, that's crazy. That man, it sounds like to me that he has mental problems and shit, but really mental problems is spiritual problems.
Right.
Maybe he ain't never been taught nothing. That sound like to me he ain't even got no damn home training.
No, but he has great grammar and a great education.
Oh, well, that ain't nothing but a front.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so
Some of them,
I fell for that jackal.
he sound like he don't have very many life skills to me. That's why going to school doesn't necessarily teach you how to damn survive.
Well, he
You
knows
could
how
have
to
called the police
manipulate.
on him.
I know, but I
You
don't
could
like
have
to
you
do
could have
that.
had him thrown in jail for stealing from you.
I know. And I threatened him. I said, "Let me see what's in your trunk before you leave." And I called my daughter. I said, "Let's look in his trunk." He started recording me on his iWatch, and I was like, "Let me just see what's in your trunk." And he's like, "Don't bring your daughter out here." And so he starts recording me, and I'm
Wow.
like, "Look, let me just call the cops." And I said, said it like that. I said, "I'll just let the police kind of go through your car, and we'll see if you're stealing. And if you're not, then no big deal." And he took off. He just left.
What a psycho. Oh my God.
Yeah. He's caused a lot of harm. I thought it was supposed to be do no harm.
He might be on drugs or something because that's
I think he
weird.
is. I think he is. Because who acts like that?
A
Oh, and then he
drug
told me
addict.
I needed to see a therapist. So he kept saying it to me over and over again. And I said, "Well, I was seeing one while to my divorce, so okay, I'll start." So I went to my therapist and I told her what was going on. She's like, "Stay away
Uh-huh.
from him. He's dangerous. That's a sociopath." So he's like, "Well, what'd your therapist say?" And I said, "She said I should definitely stay away from you. So thanks for, referring me to her." And then he's like, "Well, you didn't tell her the whole
Wow.
story." I said, "Of course I did." I said, "Why do I have to lie to her? I'm the one in love with you."
My
So
goodness. Do you still have feelings for him?
I do. That's what's weird. And I'm so mad at
Yeah.
him. Like I have him blocked and then I would text him and I'm like, it's just horrible. And then
Yeah.
he's trying to mess up anything new that comes along. My girlfriend, she's like, if you don't get rid of him, she's like, he will not let you move on.
Oh my God. Yeah. We definitely need to talk about him because I think that somebody literally robbing your house.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
That's not sexy. That's not very romantic.
And that's what I told him. It's one thing if they're cheating, it's another thing when they start stealing. Like I had Kohl's cash in my purse. I gave it to my,
Uh-huh.
you know how you get Kohl's cash from when you spend so much money. Anyways, I
Uh-huh.
gave it to my daughter. I said, "Go buy yourself something." It had $20 on it. She went to the store and she came home. She's like, "Somebody cashed it in a totally different city. Were you there, mom?" And I was like, "No,
Oh
I
my
told you to."
God.
So I said, so I called Kohl's and I was like, "Was this really cashed in?" And they're like, "Yeah, it was cashed in on this date and time and blah, blah. If you want, you can come in and look at the cameras." And I'm like, I just didn't. And I asked him, so I
Yeah.
confronted him. Do you know it was used and it was put back in my purse? So it sounds
Yeah.
crazy, right? So how are you going to go report
Wow.
that? That's the kind of shit he does. Oh, yeah, go ahead. My forks went missing. My daughters were telling me, they're like, all of our forks are gone. He's like, "Oh, so you think I took all your forks? Well, go report that." How crazy does that sound?
What a bomb.
And some of my jewelry, I saw him try to take a towel one time. He had it on his bag. And I said,
What the
"Why is my towel there?" And he's like, "Oh, I forgot to put it back. Sorry." Forgot to put it back. It's clean and folded. What are you talking about?
He
Why is
is
it
a
packed up in your
bum.
bag? Huh?
He is a bum. Oh my God.
And he lives with his half brother. Yeah, it's a bad situation.
And
He is a
he don't have
con
his own.
artist.
That's the one thing about these men. You know what? They got to at least have their own place. A
Yeah,
person
don't
having their
have
own, no, listen, a person having their own place says a lot about where they are mentally and financially. Not to say that we got to judge people that live with other people, but I mean, obviously, this man is irresponsible. It just sounds like he's just very irresponsible.
Yeah, so I'm like, what do you do with your time then? Because like he didn't have all this time or he couldn't come over when we were seeing each other. "Oh, I've got to do
Uh,
Lyft driving. I've got to do this." But then he would tell me he's on a bike ride for 36 miles. I'm like, how do you have time to go on a bike ride for 36? I think you're a nymphomaniac that's probably on crack cocaine.
oh God, and you know them drugs. them drugs is what's messing them up,
I think
and
so.
they doing all that down low stuff.
Yes, that's what's scary too. I'm like, I just don't, yeah. There was just too many secrets going on. And then when you have somebody that's willing to love you through things and actually let you help yourself, and he was calling my ex an
Mhm.
addict and all these kinds of things. And I said, well, what's your sin? Oh, well, I'm addicted to coffee. I'm like, really? That's the only thing that's wrong with you? Because
Well,
everybody's
if
got
you know what,
issues.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. I can work with anybody except for somebody that is doing any kind of crack cocaine or hard drug, because let me tell you, they I feel that certain drugs like that, I feel that these are like forbidden fruits. That is the forbidden fruits, probably, that they talked about in the Bible. And I feel that these things come from like probably like a whole other planet. When they smoke like crack, or when they get high for cocaine, they're
Mm-hmm.
like beaming up to a certain deity or entity. There's an entity connected to crack cocaine. There's an entity connected to opioids. There's entities connected to that they sort of connect with. And that's why they would say that, they used to, what they still do call smoking crack beaming up to Scotty,
Hmm.
right? And so how do we know where Scotty is? Is Scotty interdimensional?
That's
Is
interesting. I didn't know any of that. But
Yeah,
I was working in
yeah.
corrections for a while, and all I dealt with was people that were in detox, and it was sad.
Mhm. Mhm.
And the way the
Mhm.
system is set up, that's really the root cause is our system, unfortunately. Like, I don't know if I can say that over the air, but
Yeah,
I
you
mean,
could.
even the stuff that they give people, like Subcutex, and they should be giving everybody something like Vivitrol just to make them so sick they don't want it anymore. Like, they keep
Uh,
people hooked. And honestly, if we were living in a cleaner environment where they weren't shooting pollutions in the air all the time and our water was pure and clean, people would
yeah,
be feeling a natural
yeah,
high just off life. The flowers,
yeah,
the air, the bird,
yeah.
I
You're
mean, things
right.
being
Yeah, I think
healthy.
that I think what makes those drugs addictive is that I believe that they are almost like that drug is connected to some kind of beast or demon, and the addiction is to the body of that demon. And that's why it messes them up so bad, because a lot of those people, it completely can mess up their mind. I mean, if you have a person that has like a 10 or 20-year addiction and they come out of it with all of their marbles, they got lucky. They got
Yeah.
lucky to come out of that with all of their marbles. Because that stuff, it's almost like their consciousness is being stolen. People that are on drugs, because I used to, that, what's the name of that movie? That TV show, Intervention. I used to love to watch
Uh-huh.
that. And
Yeah.
you can just tell that these people, that when they get addicted, they're subject to do just about anything. And I feel
Right.
that they are in direct connection with other entities and other beings that can control them. So
I
that's why
agree
they
because
can
I
feel
was reading
still.
about walk-ins. Have you read about
Hmm.
walk-ins? It's almost like
I've
anything
I've
can
heard
walk in
about
and
that.
out.
Yeah. Hmm. I've heard something about walk-ins as far as like spirits walking in and out. Hmm.
Yeah. And then I think it feeds that grandiose personality in them where they feel like they can manifest, they feel invincible, all of those symptoms that their ego just
Hmm.
goes off the hook.
Well,
Superpower. They feel
obviously,
empowered. Sorry.
there are a lot of, no, you're fine. There are a lot of drug addicted people that are very high functioning. Um, but it usually messes them up at some point. It's gonna come for them, and it's heartbreaking too. I have had family members that suffered from addictions, and it completely changes the person. It's like they're not even there anymore.
Right. And not just that, I mean, even physically, it can cause ocular strokes. It can put people in comas. It can cause irregular heartbeats.
Hmm. Hmm. You're
So
right. You're
it's
right. And you
sad
know what?
though.
I was actually thinking about this earlier though. I don't know why I was thinking about drug addicted people. And I was thinking about how um a lot of times if a person is on a certain type of drug, like I can tell that you're not on drugs. I can tell by how your energy feels. But
Hmm.
when there a lot of times when people do that drug, it can be felt as like a shock wave even through their whole family. Children feel it, that
Right.
addiction.
That makes sense
Uh
because everybody's connected.
mhm.
That's why people don't
Mhm.
understand that, like, the mother and the father, the head of the household, that's like a domino effect on that whole family. So, like, a lot of
Yeah.
times when something's not right in one of the kids, like even with my daughter, I try not to hold on to guilt, but there is a lot of like, well, how do I do better for my other kids? Because it wasn't just, there were two people in the house at that whole time. So, I mean, she did write a letter and it was real positive what she had to say about me and very negative about him. But still,
Mhm.
it's like, I was an integrated part, whatever, of that at that time. So it does affect everybody in the household. I believe it even can affect the structure and the health of a home. Have you heard of sick homes where people get sick because the
Yes.
house is sick even? Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just move
Yes.
in and you didn't know the house was like that. You didn't have that discernment. But I think the house can become sick too if the people aren't living right. So,
Well, we can do a we wouldn't do it live, but we can definitely you can I can do seances. We can get in contact with your daughter.
yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that. I call out to her all the time. I know that sounds weird, but I
Mhm.
always like sometimes I just say her name because it's comforting and I miss her and I see butterflies. That reminds me of her.
Mhm.
I found sand
Mhm.
dollars when I went to Florida and I felt like that was her kind of just letting me know she was there too. But I don't know if I'm ready for that. I watched one of those with the Chris Watts family on live. Did you ever see any of
Mhm.
those? And I'm just, oh my gosh, those
Mm-mm.
little babies. But yeah, they had Shanann and I think the babies. I definitely heard Shanann. It wasn't a seance,
Mhm.
so the guy had this like little machine and he was able to supposedly communicate to the other side through that. Have you
Well,
heard
I
of
think
those?
it heard of the the things, but see, here's the thing is that at this point you have to release yourself from that guilt so that you can move on.
And it's really weird. I had a dream a few weeks ago because my grandmother just passed away and she basically raised me. And I was like awake, but I was still asleep. And my grandmother was there and she was telling me she was proud of me. And I said, Grandma, where's Cynthia? Cynthia was my daughter. And she's like, your mother is here. And I was like, yeah, but where's Cynthia? Like, I didn't even care where my mom was. I was like, okay, you're here. I'm so glad to see you. And like, mom's here, but where is Cynthia? Like, I couldn't see her.
Mhm.
I couldn't find her at all. It was
Mhm.
bizarre.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah,
just woke up.
you probably do feel a lot of guilt surrounding that, but at some point you're going to want to forgive yourself because you know what, honestly, um you want to protect your kids from everything and you want to be like the ultimate, like you want to be super mom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for
But
sure.
there but maybe at that time it wasn't meant. It may have just been fate for that to happen because I know that that's not something that you wanted to happen,
Right.
but it was an unfortunate thing. Um, but I mean, you got to go on with yourself. You can't just carry that with you. So I think that speaking to her would bring you closure.
Yeah, definitely. I just don't know if I could handle it yet. But anyways, we can
Yeah,
definitely talk though. I dialed your
yeah,
number earlier, so I don't know if you want to text me later when we get off or tomorrow, just so
yeah,
we can set something
yeah.
up.
Yeah, I'll text you. I definitely do have some openings
Okay.
for tomorrow in the probably in the afternoon, around afternoon evening.
Okay.
Um, so, well, um, yeah, I am actually going to wrap this up. I was going to answer a question. Thea Lightweaver, let me know if you're still here and I'll answer your question. But I totally understand how you feel as far as not feeling like you're ready because nobody can really force you to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that and feeling bad for stuff, that
There was
may
just
have
so much
happened. It
confusion around
wasn't
that time.
technically it wasn't only your responsibility to look after your daughter, and considering that your other children are good, because there wasn't anybody looking out for you. So
Right.
you could only do what you were capable of doing at that
Hmm.
time.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that you have to condemn yourself for the rest of your life, because I think that all of your whole family has been suffering.
We have. It's been hard.
What was your daughter's zodiac sign, by the way?
She was a Virgo. She was born the same day as my mother, and that was a whole
Mm,
other story too. Yeah.
mm-hmm. Interesting that she's a Virgo. Both of you are earth signs. Mm.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I'll definitely text you when I get
Okay.
off of here, because I won't be here. Ooh, the time is when we 2 hours and 22 minutes, but it was really nice having you on here. I've been wanting to start bringing more people on my panel. So I definitely appreciate your energy, and I appreciate you sharing your story with us and
Yeah,
everything. And so,
I keep praying for a platform one day. I feel like it would help me if I had a platform. I feel like it would be part of
hmm
my healing. I've learned so much through my journey, and I don't know though how to have a platform. I don't maybe I'll start a YouTube thing, but we can talk about that tomorrow too or the next day, whatever you have
yeah,
time. We'll
definitely.
schedule something and then just let me know. I don't know, do you take payments through PayPal or how is that going to be?
I accept Venmo, Cash App, and then my Etsy shop is how
Okay.
I do payments. And Venmo is really simple to get signed up for. So
Okay. Well, if you can just send
very
me the
good.
links and then some times, and then I'll be in touch with you back.
Okay, cool, cool. Yeah,
All right.
definitely.
Well,
It was
thank
one
you.
of the things. It was one of the. Wait a minute. It was one of the thing that I was gonna say, and I think I lost it. What I was gonna say. Oh goodness, maybe I'll remember it whenever we. It was. Damn it. It was about what had happened and how sometimes we're not meant to protect our children from everything, even though we want to.
You
You
know,
know what I'm
that's
saying?
funny you say that because I felt at some point, because I always wanted to control things, be the perfect mom, the perfect wife, go along with my husband with no anything that wasn't secular, if it wasn't Christian, anything that was secular, keep it out. And yet here he
Mm-hmm.
was sort of demonic himself. He'd call things demonic. Oh, Cynthia's doing this, it's demonic. And yet he would be snuggling her in bed. And my other daughter saw him touching her butt and then
Mm-hmm.
telling me, and then I guess they said that he thought it was me, but anyways, there was all that stuff going on. But yeah, I thought, oh, I can, I should have controlled more, but how much more can we really control? And we're not God. Like, I mean, I don't know. And then if you
Yeah,
control
well,
your
I
kids so
can tell
much,
you that I made a personal vow to always protect my children. And when I moved down here to Georgia, their father basically, in my humble opinion, kidnapped them for 3 years. I was not
oh
allowed to
no.
talk to them. And so that he could freaking brainwash them. And
Yeah,
yeah,
they do that.
so it was really devastating for me. And that was something, and it was almost like I was being held back. I was being tortured. I was being attacked. And, but the one thing that I did do was that I made sure that I hovered over my kids constantly. I did constant spiritual work. And I think that it definitely does help. So I would say that you definitely um I feel like you should look at how whatever it is that's coming in through spirit, how it can possibly affect your other kids, and make sure that you are taking the steps to protect your family from any more tragedy.
Right.
And I definitely, especially what you were talking about as far as with your ex-husband and feeling like you can feel his spirit around you all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that some women, and a lot of women will be a lot of people will be very judgmental of women that stay with abusive men, but they can't really understand what you're going through.
They're judgmental either way. They're judgmental when you
Hmm.
stay, and they were judgmental if you decide to leave.
Hmm.
I had women tell me, "Oh, let him have the kids in the house and you should just go move on then." I'm like, "I'm not the one doing anything wrong. Like, I'm not saying I was perfect, but I'm not the one having an affair. I'm not the one being abusive." I mean, I was
Hmm.
getting a little crazy when I knew he was having sex with another woman in my home while I was breastfeeding his son that I just had. I mean, that's, that was a horrible time. But yeah, people were judgmental either way. Why are you staying then if he's so bad? And oh, you left him? God
Well,
wanted to heal that.
if he was being inappropriate with the kids, then that meant he had some kind of penis demon. We call that a penis demon.
Well, he thinks he's above the karmic law somehow. He hides his energy. He thinks that he won't be exposed. I've had people sent my way to see what kind of information that I've known about him. Like, he's afraid, but then at the same time they're hiding for him. I don't know if he's a part of some kind of like church cult that covers for him or what. I don't know
Yeah,
what
girl,
that
they
is.
kind of thing. Yes, that's exactly. You do know. Tomorrow, I don't know. Yeah, you do. You hit the nail on the head. They got like their
Well,
little secret society type
but
of
if they're
thing.
yeah, but if they're hiding for him, then what the hell are they doing? So don't act like you're that smart by trying to spook me
It
when I'm the innocent one and
No,
he's
it
the
never
weirdo.
makes it's the thing of it is that it's never going to make any sense ever.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I will tell you is that church men like that run around with them secret societies, they have secrets that they want to be kept,
Well, then
and
they
they
shouldn't have
would
done those things in my house. That's his fault.
exactly.
They should be after his ass for him slipping up, not me.
No, no, no. See, you're not understanding. No, they're there to protect him, not you.
I know,
Okay.
I get that, but I didn't do anything wrong and it wasn't my fault that I found things out. He slipped up. They should be after him if they were smart.
Yeah. Okay, Lavender Flower. Have a good night. I'm sorry you're being triggered. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Sorry. Yeah. Well, but I mean it can be very triggering. I've been triggered for like the past 48 hours. I'm sorry. I don't want to trigger nobody.
All right, I'll get off here and I'll wait for
So,
your text either tonight or tomorrow so you can finish your service or whatever. Sorry.
yeah, yeah, Thea Lightweaver. Yeah, we'll talk. Okay, we'll
Okay.
talk in
All
a
right.
little
Thank
bit
you.
later. Okay.
All right.
You're
Bye-bye.
welcome. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Okay. Okay, Thea Lightweaver says my ex was addicted to drugs for half of his life. So I relate to what you were saying about that. He's off now, but maybe got brain damage. Yeah, yeah, that's the one thing about those drugs like that is that they can create brain damage. Hey, are you gonna stop talking? Okay. What was your question, Thea Lightweaver? You said can you tell me if I'll ever find the right man? Okay. Mr. Right. These men are crazy. Yeah, but if I'm gonna tell y'all something, if you have somebody that you have been dealing with or with and they're acting cray cray, I wouldn't even bother them. Let them go through whatever they going through. Don't be trying to stalk them. Don't be trying to go around them. Just let them do whatever they gonna do. Okay. Okay. Spirit guides. Thea Lightweaver wants to know. We want to see if she'll ever find the right man. Okay. Oh, the cards are just flipping over. Will she ever find the right man? Thea Lightweaver. Okay, there's another card that flipped over. And there's another one. Okay, I'm going to throw out one or two more. Okay, will Thea Lightweaver ever find the right man? It's like searching for a needle in a haystack. Okay, the Nevaeh chalices. Thea, what is your zodiac sign, hon? Six of Pentacles reversed, the Emperor reversed, the Ace of Swords reversed, and then the King of Chalices upright. Ooh. Okay, I'm going to throw out five more cards to see if they're interpreting this as a yes or no, because so far that is a no answer. That's too many. You got two yes answers and three no answers, which would be a no. But there's these court cards that show up, in particular with this Emperor card in the reverse position, and then you got the Nevaeh of Chalices reversed. You're somehow blocking out love, is what Spirits is telling me. Thea, what is your zodiac sign, hon? Is this a yes or no, Spirits? Major arcanas, even numbers is yes, odd numbers and court cards is no. Okay, so I definitely got a yes answer, but Spirits they do feel as though you sort of block out your own love life. The Devil comes up reversed, Justice reversed, the Ten of Wands upright, the Four of Pentacles reversed, and then the Knight of Chalices upright. I keep seeing this water sign person for you. Okay, your love life is definitely blocked, mainly it's got something to do with your connection with male energy. This does have something to do. I feel like there's something that you're holding on to that you need to let go of, because I keep seeing this water sign person, specifically a water sign, has came up like 3 times, and you can tell that because that was one of the first cards, but it's reversed. The Nevaeh of Chalices is reversed. The Six of Pentacles is reversed. The Emperor is reversed. The Ace of Swords is reversed. And then the King of Chalices is in the upright position. And what he is saying to me is that is that for some reason this is being blocked somehow from your reality, but it's by you're doing it yourself. So you don't really see eye to eye with your father, but it's got to be some the Justice card is telling me subconscious blockages, and then also it is some problems with I feel like the male energy in your bloodline is what Ten of Wands is saying. But I also feel like with the Four of Pentacles reversed that it would take a while for you to meet that person. Okay. Hold on. Let me put you in timeout. Okay. All right. Thea Lightweaver, are you still in the chat? Can you tell me how old you are? I do see a water sign, but I can see that it's gonna take a while for that person to come into your life. I can definitely see a former lover that hasn't really let go of you either. Delays. There's somebody out there, but I feel like there's somebody that something else that happened that is causing delays. It shouldn't have caused delays, but that's what happened. So I do see somebody for you, and I do feel like they are going to be a person that's going to be strong enough. Fire sign people are always looking for somebody strong enough. And because that you literally like, especially when it comes to the Leos, it seems like Leos have the hardest time finding partners that are able to be that have endurance. It's like they're they don't know it seems like the turbulence and that you can have with a person, and so they'll feel like, okay, well, you seem to be weak. I feel like this person is going to be very strong. um and I do see them as being a water sign. And there's definitely an X that's showing up in your reading too. Show me the X. Yeah, your ex is not supposed to be keeping you in bondage for years and years and years. That's a demonic entity that's taken all of your energy and time. Love is not supposed to do that to you. Just in general. Up the ex high priestess, the six of chalices, the ten of swords reversed, and then the three of swords reversed. So this Thea Lightweaver, there's an ex that wants you back. You have any idea who that might be? Huh? And then the two of swords. Anyway, I feel like it's, especially with this high priestess coming up. See, the high priestess can be somebody that has like a natural enchantment around them. So that's why some of these men that y'all cut ties with, it's like you're still pretty much connected to them. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Some people have a natural ability to hold on for a very long time to a person. They may not necessarily have to do, bindings or whatever. And I think a lot of these men definitely have that ability to do that, because I've seen women stay in absolute bondage for their exes, and y'all will have all kind of spirits cutting you off, stopping you from getting the support systems that you need. They will be doing all kind of stuff. And a lot of people, it's just like you starring in your own horror movie, but you're not in control of it. So a lot of y'all will have this going on, and your ex will be at the hub of that, acting like a demon. Sometimes I think some of these men are the devil, but feel like it's the one I'm thinking he would contact me. Well, he definitely, whoever this is, they definitely miss you and they want you back. but I feel like they kind of crazy. This is an unstable one. They're really, really crazy. Now, I got a bunch of major arcanas in here. I'm wondering if he's a water sign. What is your ex's zodiac sign? Because I can't tell, honestly. If I can't see something, I'll be honest with it. I can't tell what zodiac sign he is. My first guess would be that maybe it's a water sign, but then also it could be earth or either air, particular a Capricorn or a Libra. Hey, Janella Wells. Hello. Yeah, I'll throw the cards for you. I'm about to get me some coffee. And somebody porn bombed me earlier, so I'm gonna have to edit that out of the video before you guys will be able to go back and watch the playback. So that's what I'm gonna do to remedy that. So I'm gonna have to put this like on private, just in case. I don't know. I don't think they're trying to flag me or anything. Theolite Weaver, you must be kind of behind. You must be kind of behind a little bit. But whoever this person is, they seem to want you back, and they definitely seem to be holding on to you. Okay, so the last ex was a Leo, and the 1 years ago was a Gemini. So you can't. So you don't know which one I'm talking about. Interesting. So it could be both of them, but more than likely. Which one is the Cancer? Feel like Weaver said, or maybe even a Cancer who was literally insane. Oh my goodness. That is so funny. So what did the Cancer do? What they do wrong? That's crazy. I'd say I feel like it's that water sign. I kept seeing the water sign. When did you meet up with the water sign? You take these plantains up to Gimme Ya. Hey, Ty, you didn't see my roses? You didn't see roses at all? Oh, where? Oh, okay, I see them now. Thank you. I was about to say I didn't get my roses. So my upper back has been hurting today for some reason. I don't know. I got kind of sick last night because of that sage. I let it sit there and burn. And I kept smelling the sage. I didn't realize how smoky it was. So maybe I'm just sore from that. I don't know. I know I'm sore as hell. I wouldn't mind having like an ibuprofen or something. Right now, I definitely take some ibuprofen right now. I think I got some Tylenol up there though. Actually, y'all know that putting cloves in your tea will help relieve pain. So cloves are a really good pain reliever. Thank you for the super chat. Oh, you said your internet is slow? Yeah. That's crazy. Nice. nice. These are cute. These are really cute. Okay, I'm gonna take 3 of these upstairs. Hey, son. Thank you. I really need the you know what? Do y'all really think that putting roses in water makes them live any longer? I don't. So you know what I've started doing? Whenever I want to make any offering of any roses, I just kind of place it upon the altar. So I'm about to do a Saturday ritual for Yemiya because you're supposed to honor her on Saturday. And I got some because I actually wanted to put more glasses of water around her. So I'm gonna put a couple of, and you know what? Can you get me a couple of bottles of water? So I'm gonna put I got some wine glasses for her, and I'm gonna put more water on her altar, obviously, because Yemiya is a water um, goddess, which she is associated with the moon and water. Okay. And I got her some plantains as well and some roses. So it's what time is it? Up, it's actually time. It's actually after midnight. So I'm gonna get that going when I'm done here. Thank you, sweetie. If you don't want to be with your ex, Thea, then you need to, go ahead and try to start cutting the cord to that person because whoever this person is, they do seem to be interested in you. Okay. And you'll be sitting around like, why is nothing happening? For real. You know what? When that happens to me, I tell you what I do. I tell you what I do. Um, I usually put my energy into doing something that I want to do, something for me to focus on, something that I really, really like. And I usually go off into dreamland. I do. Like, I swear, you got to be able to do it. You have to be able to transmute that energy. So, like, I've been sitting here looking at lake houses, looking at tours of lake houses. I've been playing my little decorating game and stuff and just like really on some chill stuff. For real, for reals. And I ordered, what the heck? I still got that video to upload, y'all. I actually ended up with I had like it was so weird. I got another video that I'm putting up though. I got something crazy to show y'all that happened today. Yeah, she is. She is pretty amazing. I agree. And the main thing that I realized that what she was doing is that like she's really, really been protecting me from spiritual attacks, like a lot, a lot. So, and then also some other stuff that she has been doing for me. And this has been pretty amazing. Um, Let me go to Amazon. I was going to tell you about Amazon.com. Um, Janella Wells, if you're still in here, if you can hear me, I think I shouted you out. You said that you wanted me to throw the cards for you, and then that'll be I'll do one more, and that's it. Just one more is all I can do, and then I've got to go. But it has definitely been fun, you guys. Make sure that if you're new to the channel that you hit the subscribe button. And if you want a private reading, all of my links are listed below in the video description box. Okay. If you cash at me, just make sure that you text me at 770-686-7461. Um, and I also accept Venmo. Okay. So I ordered, and I hope that I'm pronouncing his name correctly. It looks like Alokan, Alokan, who is Yemiya's actual husband. But this sounds weird, but he's it's okay. It sounds bizarre, and I know a lot of people are gonna. Maybe I shouldn't even say. I'm not even gonna say that. But they say that I guess there's some people that were kind of confused about whether or not he was supposed to be her uh, husband or brother. But anyway, he's the owner of the deep sea, so I ordered his statue, and it was not cheap. It was not cheap at all. It was very expensive to me. You know, I couldn't find one that was less than $70. But I felt like I wanted to get it because um, I feel like she wanted me to use it to bring in that balance in my life. So I got to get a larger altar space is what I have to do, like a larger cabinet. And because this little thing that I put it on top of a little TV stand, and this TV stand probably holds like maybe 30 or 40-inch TVs. And I need a bigger table for her altar, um, something that's maybe just little bit wider, maybe. Anyway, I'm gonna get that figured out, but I'm gonna be putting his statue up there next to hers. So take out and hydrate. Yes. What y'all eat? Y'all, I sat up here. I don't even want to talk about it. We had tacos for dinner, though. They were delicious. Janella, did you have any specific questions that you wanted me to ask you? I'm sorry, that you wanted to ask me? Would it help balance my love life to get it? I think it would, Thea Light Weaver. I think that it would. That's my hopes that it will bring things into balance. Yes. That is my hopes of it, of doing it that way. And then also not just that. So Alokan is like a god of great wealth. So it may even help you with your money matters. Okay. Maybe keeping things stable. Okay. Any specific questions about your love life, or do you just want to know if I can see you just want to know who's coming towards you? You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Yeah, I've been extremely, like a lot of y'all, I have been through the same exact thing. I have been extremely concerned about my love life because I would like to have a husband, but I think he would have to be spiritual. Like he would literally have to want to help me run my business. You know, for example, helping me with running my baths and stuff. But when I need to, or either, you know, helping me do certain things, you know, just it's a lot of different things. Like I can't really call them down right now, but like, you know, cleaning up this little mess that I got brewing in my room and stuff like that, you know. And then also just, you know, for other obvious things, but I would love to have a stable partner, and it does concern me. It does. I feel that it's one of the things that keeps us balanced. Who wants to be alone? Nobody wants to be alone. I know I don't want to be alone. Okay. So, and I'm trying to get it together, hopefully I'll be settled down with somebody by the time I'm 50. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so Janella Wells, are you gonna like ask a specific question and maybe give me your zodiac sign, sweetie? Thank you, Ziana. Okay, so we'll be here all night long. Yeah, I've made some changes spiritually lately, like some major changes, like as far as being more attached, or I've been working more so with Yemiya on everything, like just everything. I haven't really even been calling to the angels too much. I've just been working with her exclusively on everything. So, okay, you're a Capricorn. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you wanted to see who was coming towards you? Let's just do this. I'm going to throw a current, past, and future reading. Spirit guides, show me Janella Wells' love life, current, anything relevant from the past, and what you are seeing coming up in the near to distant future. Please and thank you. You're welcome, Mean Pooh. You're welcome. Now, see, here you, okay, let's see what we get, because we already, okay. Hold on, y'all. Okay. So as far as you getting back together with Brito, the Three of Cups comes up, Three of Chalices comes up in the upright position at the current. But what is in the past is the Four of Swords reversed, the Moon card reversed, and the Lovers reversed. Where's this third party coming from, spirits? There's definitely a love triangle going on. Who is this Emperor connected with, spirits? So this Emperor is connected to you. There's a third party outside influence that is blocking that relationship between you and whoever the Brito. Is it Brito? Mm-hmm. Oh, exactly, Ziana. Yes, I love my princesses. Absolutely. You should schedule a reading with me. So I do see a third party male that is connected to you. And I'm thinking that it kind of looks like your father. Janella, it kind of looks like your father. Is this Janella's father? Yes, it is. Is your father still alive? This don't look very good to me. I don't know why fathers do this to their children. How's your relationship with your dad? Because what I can see is that your father, I feel like your father is sort of like holding you in like this bondage to where you can't find nobody. Nobody's good enough for my daughter. Nobody. You don't know your father? And the plot thickens. So you're telling me that you don't know your father? You don't know who your father is? Is that what you're saying when you're saying I don't know? Look, maybe you don't okay, let's not discuss all of that. You didn't know him like that. Okay, but you've met him though, right? You've met him before. You had to have met him. I feel like what I can see is that a lot of your relationships have ended in tragedy, and it partly has a lot to do with your father. What I can see in the future, um, and I got the King of Wands reversed again, which is your father. I got the Seven of Swords reversed, and then I got the Nine of Swords upright. Yeah, some fathers, their daughters never get married. Their daughters end up alone, and it's the reason why is sometimes it's because your father has a will to make that happen. I feel like you've got this masculine energy. It comes up as the Emperor, the Hierophant, and the Two of Pentacles. So I don't, maybe he didn't do it purposely. Maybe it's not purposely being done from what I can see. Maybe it's more so a biblical thing because I do see the Hierophant. Sometimes when you're signing on to some religions, you just don't know. That's why you got a lot of single women up in that church. Hello. Why you think that? Why you think all them single women up in the church? And, right, exactly. And you've been dealing with that your whole life. So definitely, I wouldn't necessarily, I guess you could say I would consider that to be a generational hex. I would consider that to be because it seems like to me that some kind of contract or deal. See, is okay. It's difficult to explain. A lot of our fathers will think, hey, I'm going to church. I am being a good man. And then they'll go to church and they'll talk to pastor about you, but you don't know those people at that church. You don't really know what their will and intent is. So there's a lot of people connected to these dirty churches, and a lot of these women are in bondage. They don't care about your sexual needs. A lot of women will be like, well, God dang, I'm horny. I'm starting to get cobwebs on my cooch. I'm horny. I need somebody to love me and to smother me with hugs and kisses. That's what I need. And they're like, no, they don't care about your needs. That's why I was saying you like, and I can sense the church energy on this. You gonna have to well, first of all, I do feel that your love life is being blocked. And so you do have to start working on yourself to start unblocking your chakras. But I feel that with this Hierophant, I feel that there is some kind of contract. So what they'll do is they'll go to these churches and they'll connect to these certain entities. And then, and next thing you know, everybody in the family is divorced and turmoil. There's, nobody can find the appropriate partner. Everybody confused. Where is this coming from? Where would that continuously come from? Why are these daughters of these men in these churches and have been in these churches for generations? Where are they? Where are their men going? Why don't they have men? I mean, technically, when you think about it, the Bible kind of condemns us. I think that's probably one of the reasons why I don't like it, because it condemns brown people. I think it's some stuff in the Bible that says something about, so it's kind of, to me, it would make sense to not contend to those religions. But our fathers will go in the church and they'll have you ever been baptized? They'll go and they'll baptize you at that church. You don't think he went to church? I don't know where this hierophant is coming from then. Or maybe it's in the last two generations of his family, and maybe you're not really seeing the whole. It's all connected to the church. I feel like even stuff that people do that don't attend church, because I can guarantee you that I know he got a Bible. I know he got a Bible. That for some reason, with Christianity, sadly, it leads a lot of African American women to be alone. So I've been thinking about this for years and thinking, well, what are they doing? Are they feeding off of our sexual energy? Because what kind of entity would tell you that love and all of that is bad, and then tells you to give yourself over, just give and you just supposed to be with the Lord, and then you end up alone. Like, I'm telling you, a lot of the women that I see in the church, they up in there and they single. And a lot of us that broke free from that stuff, even in the last several years, it's still a struggle in manifesting a partner that is stable. And there's a reason for that. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, it's just you. It's just you. But, I mean, in reality, most of us women are very quiet women, to where if we had a husband, we would just be with them and life would be great. So they make up all these wild, crazy, woulda, coulda, shoulda, or what ifs. Yes, it does. It goes deep. Yeah, we have needs, man. We need to be massaged and loved, and none of us should have to feel like we have to be somebody's side piece or the neglected, and we're just being totally neglected in every way. We are. And so I do see your father's energy somehow heavily over that. Maybe you said your mother hated him. So maybe that's why. Maybe it's because your mother really didn't make peace with him. Maybe that's why he has so much power. But you can even see that there's like a blockage. When I looked at the future at your love life, there does seem to be a fire sign that's trying to come in, but it's a blockage. So you probably need one of them road openers. Even then, it's not a guarantee that you're going to find somebody that you would consider exactly perfect for you. Yeah, me too, Ziana. I am feeling you exactly. And not every now and then, like all the time. It should be on a regular basis. So the guy that you were asking about is an air sign. Okay. Okay. Let me ask if y'all gonna get back together, and then I'm gonna wrap this up, y'all, because I gotta get Yemi Ya's offerings ready for her and stuff. So I got a couple of candles that she wants me to take off of her altar. She's like, ugh, get this off of get this. She was okay with them until they started getting kind of nasty. All of my candles have had black at the top. All of them have been looking like that. That's why sometimes it's good to just burn black candles. Just burn the black ones. I'm gonna order a whole bunch of black candles. Them black candles come in very, very useful. They are very, very useful. And Ziana, if you want to become an apprentice, you can just contact me. And usually start that off with a reading, and then you can start with my beginner's class. Okay. The way that I handle my apprentices is that we video chat, probably like maybe 3 times a week, 2 or 3 times a week. It depends on what you have time for and energy for. Okay, spirit guides. Do you see Janella Wells getting back with Brito? I don't know why I keep saying his name like that. Brito. Okay. All right. 3 cards flipped over. It's a yes so far. I'm going to throw 2 more. Okay. So I can see that you guys would, I feel like you guys will get back together, but here's what I want to tell you. I feel like, especially with some of the cards that came up, especially with this Neve of Pentacles, I feel like it's going to take whoever this, I feel like it's going to take them a while. Again, something is blocking it. You see this man right here? That man right there that's standing behind this person. Let me show y'all the whole card. You see that? See how they're just having sex and this maniac is getting ready to come up and chop dude's head off? And for some reason, men are very jealous of other men. You can't even be somewhere, making love to your partner without without some man that has nothing to do with it being upset about it. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're supposed to hide your kids, hide your wife. You need to hide that stuff because, next thing you know, it'd be some strange man knocking at the door. The invisible man. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm about to go. I got to put this on private so that I can edit this video and edit the porn bomber out. I will see y'all later. I'm about to get ready for Yemiya's feast day. Or actually, it's not her feast day, but you're supposed to honor her on Saturday. So I'm going to give her offerings and just surround her with a bunch of water because she was telling me the other day, she said, I want my man on here with me. She said, I don't want to be here on here alone. And then she said, please put a bunch of water around me, please. You're welcome. And she's really powerful. She wants her altar location at a lake house. So she's had me looking at lake houses. And so a lot of people will say, oh, no, don't tell people. Oh, God, that's going to mess it up. Can I tell y'all something? Every single thing that I have said that I was going to do, I've done it. And everything that I have wanted to manifest, I manifested it, regardless if I told somebody or not. Maybe it's because I'm using powerful magic at the same time that I'm doing it. Maybe that's what kind of gives me the leg up, I guess. So now that I have an actual altar for her, because it makes sense. I've been doing all these other altars and I've been really distracted from her. But when I first got at the house, like before I even came here, she kept telling me, I want you to be near the water. You're my child. I want you to live near water. I want you to be by some water. And so when I came over here, like there's a lake that's really, really nearby. Like it's basically just down the street, but I don't have a lake house per se. Now that I have her altar set up, she's like, I want my altar to be in a location where we are by a lake. So it's happening, y'all. It's definitely going to happen for me. And you know what? I deserve it. I deserve it. I deserve to have a lake house. Don't y'all think? How many of y'all think that Jamila deserves a lake house? And how many of y'all know that Jacob is going to be perfectly safe? Because there was some really intranquil spirits that was around me at the time that I was looking at houses and at the time when I began to look for houses that was saying, oh, Jacob is going to wander off and da 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 da. And Jacob ain't gonna wander off nowhere. He is 8 years old now. He is old enough. Like when he was younger, because when I first got down to Georgia, I was staying with my aunt, and literally there was a lake. Like, you walk out her house and you just have to walk across, like, you just have to walk across the street, and there was, behind the neighbor's house, so you could get to the lake very easily. And my cousin and stuff was coming over, and she was like, bar the door so he can't get out. And I was like, well, what do y'all think? Y'all think that this child is ever going to walk out of this house and I not know about it? So it was really kind of like insulting. But, he'll probably be, and I'm not saying that I'm moving today, you know what I'm saying? But it's not going to be before too long. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be old enough to where he'll know better than to go and walk into a lake. That's just like never going to happen. So to be meeting a twin flame, a life partner, or soulmates could be done online or in a place of worship. So here's what I think of twin flames, and I'm gonna get out of here. Twin flames are a union that is divinely brought together by God. That's typically what a twin flame is. That's why people will leave their husbands. They will walk away from their life that they've been living because it's your twin flame. It's a calling. So it's a serious situation. I don't think, like, for me as a high priestess, would I have to be with my twin flame to have a husband that is helping me with this spiritual work? No, not necessarily. Because as long as he take care of me, then I'll be able to take care of the rest. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure you take care of me, okay? And so whatever else, like, he doesn't necessarily have to be like at the same level that I am spiritually, in other words, is what I'm saying. Like, he don't have to be like some kind of priest or whatever, even though all these men think that they, you know it all. They do. A lot of these men think that they know it all, especially when they get to grabbing on that Bible. And it's like, oh my God, please don't do that. That Bible is only there to suppress and oppress every damn thing. Please stop. I'm trying to heal, not hurt myself even more. You know, I had to come in here and get my cauldron. So, all right, y'all. Well, it has been fun. Peace and love to y'all. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see y'all later. Okay.